I close my eyes, I see those things. Creatures of flesh and machine.
What the hell? That was pretty cool, huh?
I think so, yeah.
Also, how did you get back here so fast? That was weird.
It's the magic of QuakeCon, Jason.
Well, we cannot wait for you to get your hands on those creations and support the passionate community members behind them.
Speaking of support, it takes a ton to ensure we have a great QuakeCon each year. We want to take this time to thank this year's sponsors, whose support helps bring the show to life.
Yeah, thank you to all. And we're also so proud to host several charities, including Influentials Foundation, One Up on Cancer, Gamers Outreach, and of course the American Red Cross. Every year we have an on-site blood drive. This year is no different, so be sure to visit their booths or donate blood if you have a chance this weekend.
We're also continuing our tradition of partnering with Dallas Pets Alive and helping their mission to provide resources, education, and programs needed to assist pets in the North Texas area. You can pick up these t-shirts with adorable ESO for their 10th anniversary. Fallout and Doom the Bark Ages, apologies. The Bark Ages.
Yeah.
Designs with proceeds going to support DPA. Be sure to also tune into the Dallas Pets Alive puppy stream. And if you're here at the show, check out the Kitten Cafe AFK room as well to meet some adorable animals up for adoption.
Absolutely. Finally, a huge thanks to the volunteers and staff. Thank you guys so much. Of course, every year, this year, for all that you do. Thank you so much. All right. I think that's it for us. You guys ready to have some fun? Okay, please welcome to the stage Marty and Hugo.
Thank you. Oh, our favorites right here. The A2M crowd here. All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, it's so amazing to be back here with all of you. This is one of our favorite times of the year, and it's only possible through the hard work and dedication of many, many incredible people. So we first want to say thanks to the amazing staff at Bethesda, our event partners and sponsors, our literally incomparable volunteers, and of course, all of you, the fans that come here every year. Let's give everybody a round of applause.
That's right. I know we have a lot of our team in the audience, and it would be awesome for them to feel your love too. So can everyone here from id Software stand up for a well-deserved round of applause?
We got a lot. The whole team's here. Look at that. Woo!
That's great. Thank you so much.
Nice shirts, too.
And if you'd like to say hi to some of the team, we'll have a group upstairs for a meet and greet tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Please come and say hi. We'd love to see you. Okay, we've got so much to get through today. Let's talk about some games.
Yeah. Let's start with a game we've been celebrating for 3 decades. Last year marked the 30th anniversary of the release of Doom. And this year, I know. Best ever. And this year we celebrate the 30th anniversary of Doom 2's release. That's right. Easiest trivia question ever.
Hey, wouldn't it be nice if it only took a year to make a sequel?
Yeah, it'd be nice if it took us 3 years to make a sequel, but we digress. In any case, Doom and Doom 2 have inspired us for years, and it's an honor for us to be able to contribute to their excellence and longevity. So this year, we are announcing updated versions of these 2 legendary games once again, but collected into a single release. Available today, Doom plus Doom 2 lets you play two of gaming's most cherished shooters together as one on modern flat platforms with a ton of new content and features. You'll love the menu. You can just switch between the games. You'll see it later. It's amazing. Now, we know a lot of you. This is your line.
Now, we know a lot of you remember the enhanced versions of Doom and Doom 2 we released in 2019. We upgraded the visuals, brought them to modern platforms, added 60 FPS support, and a ton of other features. This definitive edition builds on top of all of that amazing work and delivers even more.
It's really right. Let's go through some of the details. There's a lot of stuff here. First, Doom plus Doom 2 now includes online, co-op, and deathmatch support for up to 16 players. Yep. And it's with cross-platform play. Next, you're going to love this one. Alongside the iconic original soundtrack, we've added your favorite IDKFA soundtrack, recorded and released by our good friend Andrew Hulshult. This definitely doesn't apply to this group here, but if you're not familiar with IDKFA, it is a faithful re-recording of Bobby Prince's MIDI music from the original Doom, but with real instruments. It is incredibly awesome. And of course, Andrew is just an amazing dude. So he wanted to create the definitive version of IDKFA by re-recording the entire Doom 2 soundtrack as well. You've never heard this before. You can always toggle back to the iconic original MIDI soundtrack, but this IDKFA remastered music is just incredible, and we know you're going to love it.
I know Andrew's in the audience, so let's give him a hand.
He's right over there, yes.
Awesome work, man. Awesome.
Yeah. You're really going to love it. It's incredible. And in addition to new music, a group of individuals from our team at id collaborated with team members from Night Dive and Machine Games to create an all-new 16-map episode called Legacy of Rust, where players will explore a remote region of hell with new demons and new weapons. Very, very, very cool. Whole new episode.
If you can't wait to see Legacy of Rust, tune in after the QuakeCon kickoff for a special Slayers Club live stream where I play it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to die a lot because I hear it's really hard.
And if somehow that's still not enough Doom, there's going to be a lot more available in the months and years ahead, because we're excited to announce that with Doom plus Doom 2 comes the ability for mod creators to publish their own single-player mods. Right in the game, that's right. Mods created using the Boom source port, so there's already a ton out there, can now be uploaded and published directly to the game for players on PC and next-gen consoles to discover, download through the in-game mod browser.
Yeah, that's amazing. Look, I know people have been making mods for decades, but to now be able to self-publish mods directly into the game and have those mods reach millions of players on PC and consoles, that is really cool.
It is, absolutely. So, now don't forget Doom and Doom 2 is available today, and best of all, if you already own our re-releases of Doom or Doom 2, it's a free upgrade. Who loves free? Of course, there's a lot more history to the Doom franchise than just those original games. So we'll soon be releasing Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom 2016, and Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition bundled together as the Doom Anthology.
Look at that. Those are 6 pretty good Doom games all in one box. Plus, you get an awesome steel book and a light-up 5-inch BFG statue. You can put that on your desk.
Not 5 inches.
5 inches.
Yeah. It's awesome. And we're not done with the classics just yet. Our partners at Limited Run Games are bringing back something special. It's Doom on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
How cool is that? I bet you all didn't expect to hear that today. That is so awesome.
You know, we've got some retro fans out there, and now you can grab your own piece of Doom history. Look at that, it's amazing. This limited release comes in a display box with a bunch of extras, and of course features the SNES port of the original Doom on a working 16-bit cartridge. That's pretty old school.
We love the old games. They're classics, but don't worry, we've got a couple of Doom Eternal updates to share as well. First, we're excited to announce that Doom Eternal is launching on the Epic Game Store, bringing the Doomslayer's war against hell to a whole new audience starting today.
Also today, this is cool, we're rolling out the beta of our PC mod preview, bringing official mod support to Doom Eternal. This comes through a totally new mod portal and launcher, as well as the beta release of our id Studio creation tools. Starting today, PC players who own Doom Eternal can opt into a Steam beta branch and soon via Microsoft Store Flight to gain access to this new way to play mods in Doom Eternal. With this, players can browse, download, and play creator-published mods. For creators, the portal also serves as the hub for managing and publishing their mods. And with the id Studio beta, we're providing creators on Steam the very same tools we used to build Doom Eternal.
These are professional level tools and definitely take some time to learn, but there is a lot of power there, and we're always impressed with the ingenuity and creativity of you guys, the fans.
Yep, we are. In fact, over the last few years, you guys have probably seen this. We've seen a small but dedicated community already create some very cool content for Doom Eternal, and they've done it without any support or tools whatsoever. So we've provided a sneak peek of this mod tools to a small set of these modders, listened to their feedback, and helped bring a few of their existing mods into our new system that you can start to play right away. We're excited to put this into more players' hands starting today.
Yeah. We have a couple of streams happening over the next few days to dive much deeper into all the details, or you can check it all out at idstudio.idsoftware.com. Finally, I'm sure you know we're hard at work on the next Doom game. Yep. At the end, it's going to be good. At the Xbox Showcase in June, we revealed Doom: The Dark Ages, a dark fantasy-inspired prequel to the saga of the Doomslayer. It's unlike anything we've done before in a Doom game. So right now, our focus is on making sure this game is big, bold, engaging, and incredibly fun for you guys. We can't wait to share more on Doom: The Dark Ages with all of you very, very soon.
We really can't. So for everyone online, please stay tuned for our next stream, where we've got some very special guests joining for our first Slayers Club Live, featuring content from Doom plus Doom 2. And for that group, we're also going to share an exclusive interview with Randy Linden, the original Doom SNES programmer, that came back to help resurrect that classic. And for all of you in the audience here at QuakeCon, stay in your seats. We've got something special to share with you, too.
Thank you again so much. Here's to an awesome weekend of gaming and community. Have a great QuakeCon, everyone.
The whole thing. Thank you.
Are we good? Don't tell anybody.
It's just us now.
Hello, hi, howdy, konnichiwa. Today we are joined by none other than legend Randy Linden. How are you today, Randy?
I'm doing great, thank you, Joshua.
Okay, so this is a huge thing. This is an insane thing. Randy is, correct me if I'm wrong, the original creator and programmer of the source port of Doom back in, what year was that for Super Nintendo?
1995.
But what are we looking at today? That's not the 1995 version.
This is not the 1995 version. This is an all-new version for the Super Nintendo of Doom.
Okay, so it's 2024, is that right?
Right?
Okay, we're at 2024, so we're almost at the
30-year anniversary.
We're almost at the 30th anniversary, and we have done it again. And by we, I mean Randy and Limited Run Games. So let's talk a little bit about, it's such a cool, like the history of all this stuff is like, I want to talk about this forever. I know we only have so much time, but I do want to talk about source ports in the 90s, like where yours fit in and like what was the landscape at the time, because everybody was trying to port Doom because everybody wanted to play it on every system, not just PC.
The Reality Engine is what I called it, was not actually a port of John Carmack's original source code. It was an original engine designed for the Super Nintendo and the Super FX. And I wrote a level converter that could take the Doom levels from the PC and import them into my engine. And I got that operational and demoed it to Sculptured Software in a very early prototype stage. And they said, wow, this is Doom on a Super Nintendo. Let's contact id, and they sent it to id Software, and the rest is history.
That's incredible. So correct me if I'm wrong, but in order to make this happen, you're talking about the FX chip. It was a super new thing at the time. So how did you make that happen with even your prototype?
The original prototype was done with a hacked up Star Fox cartridge. Basically, you had to take the Star Fox cartridge, disassemble it, and replace the ROM with a RAM chip so that we could download new code to talk to the Super FX chip, because Nintendo didn't have any development systems available.
Right.
So I had to write my own development tools, design a development system, and then work on the game itself.
That's incredible. How did they feel about that once you got it on board? Like, what was the process like? Because I know they had their whole, like, you know, the way they did approvals, and it was a whole thing where they just like, we accept, thank you. Because also a mature title like this on the title back in 94, was it?
95.
95. Must have been, I mean, that was right when all the stuff was kind of transitioning. We had some Mortal Kombats and some things kind of breaking into the mature space.
Yes.
How did that work?
Well, that is pretty much it. Nintendo was very, very pleased with what they saw. We had to change very, very little. So there's all the blood, there's the gore, there's all the monsters and the demons and all that stuff in there. And there was even a red cartridge for the Super Nintendo release in North America. So once it was on board, Nintendo got on board, and we were very grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, the red cartridge and the fact that Doom, only 2 years later after it came out for PC, which took, at the time it was what, like a 486 that was a little bit of a monster with the turbo button on, as much RAM as you could put in there, and you managed to fit it in a 16-bit.
Yeah, 16-bit 2 megabyte cartridge.
That's insane. Okay, so here's the best part. So the limitations at the time were everything you just mentioned. It's 2024. I know that there was probably some things that you were like, man, I really wish I could have back then. So let's talk about what the update brings on this new hardware and this new amazing physical game release of Doom on SNES.
Okay, so first off, there was only 22 levels in the original version for the Super Nintendo, 22 out of the 27. So what I wanted to do was go back and add all of those missing levels. And then a friend of mine suggested, well, while you're at it, why not add episode 4 on top of it? So this new version has all 36 levels. It's got 14 new levels added to the Super Nintendo version. There is Nightmare Mode now that respawns the monsters.
That's cool.
There was a lot of fan requests for circle strafing, which wasn't in the original version, so you can circle strafe.
It's huge.
There's a music player, so you can listen to the individual pieces of music, because the Super Nintendo is well known for having really, really good sound quality.
Yeah.
There is a special Rumble-enabled controller that Limited Run Games is going to be releasing. And we're going to release the specs and the technical information for the Rumble controller, so other games, as many as there could be, for the Super Nintendo, will be able to add Rumble. And there's a translucent Spectre Demon, so the special effects are added in there as well.
You brought them back.
Yes.
Because it was just the Pinky in the original?
It's right. It was just the Pinky in the original, because there wasn't enough horsepower to do the translucency.
The way that you can kind of see through it a bit?
Exactly. So
That's
now
incredible.
that works. The cartridge went from 2 megabytes to 4 megabytes, and it's all running on original Super Nintendo hardware.
That is insane. It is so cool. And like Circle Strafe, just adding that to Doom in general, like that was always kind of the hardest thing when you played any port of it, was How do you translate that? There's only so many buttons. I know the Jaguar had the advantage of all those like little numpads, and they had that cool thing you could put over top with all the, like the weapon icons over it, and that was rad for that. But circle strafing was always like not unsolvable, but really hard to solve. So you came back almost 30 years later, and you did it. Yes. That is amazing. All right, so the question that everybody's going to have is, I want this. How do I get this? It's going to be a physical, again, Super Nintendo, brand new release. Kind of a re-release of Doom. How are people gonna get it when they're like, I need it tomorrow?
They're going to actually have to wait because pre-orders aren't available yet, but they will be if you go to limitedrungames.com, watch that space, and we'll make an announcement as soon as it's available.
Awesome. All right, well, you heard it here first, guys. Thank you to Randy Linden. Thank you to Limited Games. Please keep your eyes peeled on the website, on the social, on everywhere, and we will see you guys around here at QuakeCon 2024. Thank you guys so much.
Hello everyone, I am here at the BYOC here at QuakeCon 2024. Thousands of gamers have already lined up, got their PCs going, and I thought I'd take a look at some of the really interesting and out there ones we've seen today, to include some here with our guests who've been going to QuakeCon since 2009. Can you tell me a little bit about this amazing setup you've got here?
Well, we started off with carrying our equipment in, and we went to a dolly and then a cart, and then realized that we had all this large equipment in, so we made a dolly wagon and actually put it on top of the table so it would hold all of our equipment and give us more room to play.
Handmade too, you said?
Handmade in one day. It was just a real quick thought, and we did it. Now we'll take this design and advance it. Add cup holders and things.
No, and a lot of those advancements came from all the years you've been going.
That is right. We've learned over the years what to bring, how to pack. We now learn that we need cup holders on this, so we got to make cup holders. So this is kind of what it's evolved to.
Wonderful, and I love that QuakeCon themed rig. You're really celebrating this spirit. Thank you so much. I hope you continue to enjoy. We're going to take a look at some more exciting rigs. Again, thousands of lights that we have everyone set up. We've got every color of RGB light up set you can think of. Every bit of advanced technology here. A bit of artistic rig building here. Just some people setting up displays for people to enjoy. Honestly, a big part of these computers are just be enjoyed, to include, my goodness. So we got something like here. What kind of enclosure is this built in? Yeah.
This is a steamer trunk from the 1800s.
A steamer trunk, actual vintage?
Yeah, it's got all the stickers for where it's been. It's been a couple cruises to the West Indies, a couple cruises out of Canada.
Stunning, that's all I've got. Where did you find that?
Oh, the antique store.
That was actually the perfect answer. I don't know how I was. Well, so, and we have liquid cooling. We have a light up here. Tell me what it was like bringing this to the BYOC today.
I'm from Pennsylvania, so it was about a 25-hour drive to get here. But the computer's a Threadripper 3000 series, and it's a Radeon Liquid Devil, and then the water cooling actually has some valves in it to control the fluid level in the reservoirs, so they go up and down just for aesthetics. All
in a vintage case. That is a work of art. Thank you. Speaking of works of art, we continue to have engineering over here. So we have a DeLorean built?
Yeah, it is. It's a 304 stainless steel. This is a lot of CAD work, a lot of engineering involved on here. There's a lot of 3D printing and design here as well. So obviously I'm open air. I've got panels on here. I was trying to go with something that would basically be in line with John DeLorean's idea with the DMC-12, right? Something that would last, durable.
Custom design, metal, actually taking that DeLorean concept into design. And part of why we just love QuakeCon, unique, built from the art of an artist.
I actually have authentic parts on here. So there's a shop in Humble.
Even better. Well, and authenticity is the heart of QuakeCon. Thank you so much for sharing this work of art with us today. Absolutely. I hope you have a wonderful QuakeCon. And we're just scratching the surface. You can see all around here more designs, more concepts, and just people playing. We have tons more stuff to show you throughout 3 non-stop days of gaming. We'll see you there.
I'm super excited to be here. It's great.
No, it's wonderful. There is no better place to jump feet first into the community. And I've already seen tons of those people walk around with some of the official Gear Store merch. Tell us some of like the franchises and items you have available here and online.
Yeah, I mean, everything you guys can think of, Starfield, Fallout, Doom, Quake, but some important key items to mention. We do have some event exclusives for you guys.
Wow.
The QBT, the QB hoodie. It's definitely he's got a nice, interesting persona, especially being here in Grapevine, Texas. So I look forward for you guys to find that out for yourselves. One of my personal favorites, I'd have to say, is the Starfield Secrets of the Universe tee by Greg Hildebrandt. Really, if you guys don't know who Greg Hildebrandt is, I definitely would look him up. He's a really interesting man. He set up Bethesda with the artwork himself. But I think that's one of my favorite tees.
I think it's hand painted. It's just like it's a gorgeous work that people can now have on their merchandise. And another thing that caught my eye was there's a particularly interesting piece of Fallout merchandise on the way. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
The Fallout Pip-Boy diecast replica. It is available for live demo for all of the fans here today. The interesting thing about that is it doubles as an alarm clock. Super fun. It goes through all the animations. Whether or not you have radiation, you can check your inventory, the stats, all that fun stuff. So it's really fun. It's available for pre-order on the official Gear Store.
Oh, very exciting. No, it sounds like a immersive little piece of Vault-Tec living. I like it.
Come say hi, guys. Come check out the merch. Let's have a great time, and let's go QuakeCon 2024.
Hey, 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 hey! Hello, hi, konnichiwa, and most importantly, howdy to everybody here at QuakeCon. We love y'all, and everybody online on whatever camera is looking at us. We're so glad you're here. So listen, did I already cuss? No. Okay, good. Whew. So look, today we're not going to curse on this stream, and if we do, it happens. But listen, the main thing is...
That would be a first for us, Josh.
Yeah, we've never done that. I mean, as you guys remember during the pandemic, Hugo and I would get on clean mouth.
Always.
No cursing.
There are no compilations of me cursing that my kids have watched at all online. None.
It never
You guys
happened.
had the only Red Band stream ever.
Yes.
That's true. It wasn't like a Red Band stream. But today, we are so happy to be here with y'all. We are going to spend the next about 55 to 60 minutes talking about Doom plus Doom 2, which, as you just saw, we just showed the trailer, I think, for the first time on both the screens. It's just, there's so much content. There's so much good. We're going to do the multiplayer one tomorrow, but today we're going to cover a lot of stuff with single player. We have got some of my oldest friends, some of my newest friends. We've got friends galore. So, Hugo, first we'll start with you, my friend.
Hello.
Hugo Martin, everybody.
How's it going? I'm just here to play.
He's just here to play, that's it?
That's it. I'm just here to
Here
play
to do
stuff.
the job, play the game?
That's
I like
right.
it. And Marty Stratton, my buddy, let's hear it for Marty.
Hello. Thank you.
How are you feeling? You guys just did a great job, and now we're just already on the couch and we're getting in. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Yeah?
Off to a great start.
Yeah, it was fun.
QuakeCon's the best, and couldn't be happier.
Love it.
Really fun.
Kevin Cloud, my boy. Let's hear it for
Yeah.
Kevin, I know that you might not work at id, but I feel like you just somehow can never separate from us because we'll just keep bringing you back somehow. How you feeling?
I feel great. So happy to be back and seeing everybody here at QuakeCon. I mean, this is just a fantastic event. It's just a highlight of my year, so I couldn't miss it. And
it's awesome.
Jeez, Dark Age was just, that video is worth traveling down just for that. It's fantastic.
Heck yeah. Awesome. My boy Mike Rubens, let's give it up for Mike. Mike, I think we did something similar. A lot of us last year, we just did Quake 2. How are you feeling this year, though, with Doom plus Doom 2?
I'm excited for it to be out finally. It's been a journey to get here, but that's game development for you.
You're right about that. And also, shout out to he's wearing an original Hexen shirt on stage, and I'm like already looking on eBay. I'm like, how much do they go for now? It's beautiful.
This is one of the original 95 shirts. It's got that 90s neck going on. It's
not even faded.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
You think so? All right.
Legit.
Might have to jump him after it. And we'll switch shirts, switch jackets. This is my newest buddy, Sam from Night Dive, and it's the first time he's here for a big QuakeCon welcome. Let's hear it. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice. And so, for everybody out there, Night Dive is like, you guys have been absolutely crushing the game. Like, I think since the last time we were on stage just a year ago when we did Quake 2 together, which was amazing. Dark Forces, PO'd. Am I missing some other ones? Because I feel like those are the two big ones that I played. I mean, also, System Shock Remake, if you haven't played it, it's glorious. Go play it as soon as you can. But did I miss any in that year?
I lost track.
That's totally fair.
Rise of the Triad, I think that was since last.
For everybody here, you are Mr. Kex. Tell us just like a little bit about how like Kex Engine works.
It's not really exactly like an actual game engine, but rather it acts more like a framework. So we could adapt it to many different games, and it's easily portable. So it's very minimal effort when it comes to setting up projects to work on multiple platforms. We already have everything in place, so it's just a matter of you have the framework, and then you just integrate the whatever game code that we're working with, and there you go.
It's incredible because, like, by the way, we just launched Doom plus Doom 2 on, let's see if I can do this, and correct me if I miss any platforms, because it's basically like every platform that's available for sale right now.
Say almost all of them.
Pretty much all of them. So Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox S, Series S, Series X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation 5, Steam,
Epic, God, EGS.
EGS. I mean, we did everything we could basically do.
Game Pass.
And Game Pass, of course. So thank you guys. It's amazing. We're so glad to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, brother. And then to my right, needs no introduction. You guys know him. You guys love him. He's one of us. He's one of you. This is Andrew Hulsholt, who just keeps getting more soundtracks out there in the world. Give it up.
QuakeCon, how we doing? Yeah, it's going to be an awesome 2024.
I feel like you should just host this. They're already like, they're like, how you doing? It's like, we always talked about getting him like wrestling music to come out.
Yeah,
to.
Just cutting wrestling promos up here.
Maybe next year?
Yeah, next year.
Okay,
Next year. That sounds good.
How you feeling though, brother?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, y'all. This is awesome.
Thanks for being here.
Hell yeah. All right, so we're going to do a little housekeeping of some fun stuff that you either might have just seen or some of it might be new. You tell me. All right, so first and foremost, we are going to... I can't tell if it's up on the screens or not, so I'm just going to trust that it is. Again, Doom plus Doom 2 is just out. It has everything that you see on the screen right now, which is Doom, Doom 2, Master Levels for Doom 2, Evolution, the Plutonian Experiment, which, as you guys know, is TNT, backing it up, No Rest for the Living, Sigil, Legacy of Rust, and most importantly, hard to say most importantly, everything's most importantly, but like you guys were just talking about on stage, there's support. You guys can all upload your Boom-created single-player maps by yourselves whenever you guys get a chance to on any PC platform, and instantly it'll be on all the other platforms, which is just kind of amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sweet.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So we can't wait to see everybody upload all your stuff as soon as you can. Maybe by the end of this, we'll have like everything in the last 30 years by the end of this con up in there. Next up, I think we talked about it a little bit, but this is actually the really fun thing for everybody in the crowd because, okay, we were releasing the Doom Anthology. So in the Doom Anthology, as you know, let's hear it. Woo! So fans of Steelbook, you got one of those. Fans of, I think Hugo, you're my number one guy with cool things on his desk. So how you feeling about that BFG?
I'm digging it. I'm proud of the guy who designed it, and I am. I want him to see this. I'm sure he has, and it's just cool. So much work goes into this stuff. Getting to see these things get made years later, it's just awesome.
So here's what's nuts. So even though this comes out later and you can pre-order it now, we've got some physicals of the BFG here in person. And so at the end of the stream, we're going to do one of these for Twitch, and we're going to do one of these to somebody out there in the crowd. So stay tuned for a little trivia question at the end, because this is coming home with one of y'all. And by the way, we're going to do it every single Slayers Club stream that we're doing. So the one right after this, one on Friday, one on Saturday. You guys have a chance to get this, take it home before anybody else has it. And by the way, it lights up and it's green, which is just a nice feature, really.
That's awesome.
All right. That's that. Okay. Also, I think they just dropped it this week. This one doesn't get given away because it's still a prototype. But right now, U2s is a great partner. If we switch to that, you can. They're available now for pre-order. Hit up U2s.com. It's really cool. It's kind of like a little bit of both Doom and Doom 2 because you've got the iconic, on top of the mountain situation from original Doom, but then you've got the double barrel. So it's a little bit of A, a little bit of B, because we just did that with Doom plus Doom 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice mixture.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's commentary.
Yeah, so we're trying to fill your desk, guys. We're trying to get your desk to have a lot of good Doom stuff in it. So shout outs to U2s. It's been awesome to actually do some new stuff with them. All right. Last but not least, let's get the gear store up here. I know a lot of people in the audience have already visited, and you guys have already I've seen a lot of Dark Ages shirt around. Of course, Daisy, you must protect Daisy. That's kind of the most important thing. If we take nothing else away from this stream, play Doom plus Doom 2 and protect Daisy at all costs. If you don't have Daisy, as Hugo showed, I think we did a thing for it maybe in the 30th anniversary. You can put that Daisy together like nothing ever happened, or you can make it historically accurate.
That's right, to the original, the like it was in the game. We didn't just do that. That's in the game. There's actually a lot of people online who didn't know that.
That's true.
They're like, why would they do that to Daisy that's super messed up? I'm like, it's from the game.
You got to get to the end of the game, though. That's right.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I remember I had to make another video that's like, here's the history of Daisy, because I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
They think we did that. Like, we didn't do that. You did that.
Calling PETA on us.
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty, that shirt on the right, it's not here, and the gear store is putting it up, if it's not already up, in their collection. But that is, if you guys remember the tarot card shirt that we did that was like metallic red, that's the metallic silver / literal metal version of the Dark Ages, which we were super psyched to get together, right?
Oh, it's super high end. I have the red one, and like, I don't know, it's like felt or something. It's a killer shirt. All the swag is really good.
Yeah.
That
Swag has
in
been
particular is gonna. You were a little sad when we went to the store, and I was like, "You don't have these?"
I was like kid in the candy shop, and then I was like, "I'm grounded. I'm going home. I got no ice cream. I dropped it."
That's right. Well, we got the Slayer jogger, which is so awesome.
Oh yeah.
I expect you to wear those to jiu-jitsu.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
That's going to be intimidated by the Slayer symbol on your hip.
That's right. What belt are you up to now?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a brown belt.
He's a brown belt. Let's hear it for a jiu-jitsu brown belt up in this house. Come on. All right. So next up, I know we already talked about this, but it bears repeating. Our buddies at Limited Run Game, and actually Randy Linden, the original programmer of Super Nintendo Doom, is upstairs right now on the 3rd floor in the console lounge with the prototype cartridges that you see on the screen right now. So if you guys have never experienced Doom on Super Nintendo, first of all, it was not a source port. The guy actually programmed it all himself, which was different than Jaguar, 32X, everybody else. And what's crazy is, this is hard for some of us that are like, what's a VHS? What's a cartridge? You and I were just talking about this.
Yeah.
But 16-bit was what Super Nintendo had. So Carmack was doing the Jaguar one, which was kind of like 64-bit, but really 232 bits. And then, Sega Genesis just kept stacking up bits on top of that thing with a 32X. The Tower of Power, exactly. And then here comes Randy Linden in hot from nowhere, hacking Star Fox FX chips carts and switching the ROMs out, and he made his own engine that could actually do Doom. So you can see both the editions here. Pay attention to their all their social and limitedrungames.com, because you'll see them as soon as they pop up available. But we're talking circle strafing. He wasn't able to get at the time the final episode of Doom on there because it was just not enough space. That's in there. There's a ton of cool stuff. Spectres. It doesn't seem like a Spectre would be hard to do, but they're kind of like see-through. Impossible at the time. Couldn't do it. And he did it. He figured it out. He's figured all this out. So it's just one of these cool things. I think it's the 30th anniversary this year of his release. So it's awesome that Randy and Limited Run Games, our good friends, are back. So keep your eye on that. Original hardware, original everything, which is rad. Last but not least, this guy to the right of me right here. I think you guys know him as Andrew Holsholt. Or what other names do you go by? Wrestling names? You got any?
Oh, no, I don't have any wrestling handles, bro.
All right, well, we got to get that together for next year for real. But if we want to switch to the next image we're going to show you, this is the most beautiful thing of all of this. Talk to us about how people can get to listen to not only your original work, which you kind of touched up for this one, but the Doom 2 side of this.
So tonight at midnight, IDKFA, which is all of Doom, and Doom 2, which Doom 2 was all done this year, remixed, remastered, all that kind of stuff, will be live on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, and Deezer. So you'll be able to finally not go to my YouTube channel anymore. You can go listen to it across all platforms. It's going to be sweet. I'm super proud. It's incredible. This is amazing.
That is fantastic.
I want to talk a little bit about like how that came to be also. Like, I know that because we'd always had this relationship. We worked with you, of course, on DLC, Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2 with you and David for Doom Eternal. But like, how did this come to be? How did Doom 2 enter into the chat?
Doom 2 entered into the chat about a year ago. Was it more?
Yeah, it was more.
Like a year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, it was like a year and a half ago. I sent Marty an email saying, hey, this is a possibility, thinking this is never going to happen. Hey, would you be interested in possibly releasing IDKFA across platforms? Is that a possibility? And he's like, yeah, I think we might be able to do something, make something cool. He said, let's talk more about it at QuakeCon. Gave me the details. And while we're sitting there, I got so excited. I was like, well, let's finish it up and do Doom 2 with it too. I was like, people ask me about that. I get an email about that once every like 2 days, 2-3 days. It's like, hey, where's Doom 2? Hey, where's Doom 2?
How many years had it been since IDKFA's original release?
The original first post on it from Doom World was like 2013. I released it in tandem in 2016 with y'all's release of 2016.
The YouTube one is 2016, right?
Do what?
The YouTube one is.
Yeah, that's 2016. Yeah. But like the infancy of it, like when it started, was 2013. So it's like 11 years old at this point from where it actually first started.
It's incredible.
Which is crazy.
It's just so cool how all these things that keep coming together, where it's like everybody that loves Doom and that makes Doom, when we want to make it so it's still available, like we go back and we do Quality of Life every time, or just do like a whole nother soundtrack every time. It's so cool. I think you guys just saw on the screen. Here we go. One last time. So everybody that's watching this, it's I know streaming on Twitch, which is where we'll do the giveaway later on. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Steam. So whether you're watching it live on Steam or you're watching it in a rebroadcast, if you watch it for 10 minutes, all these avatars belong to you. So you can get all these avatars for free. There might even be a frame that didn't make it into this little video you see, but that's also available. I think it's like a QuakeCon 2024 one. Pretty cool, pretty free. So, make sure you log into your account, and either while this is live or later on when it's rebroadcasting, make sure you watch 10 minutes of it. It'll just show up in your inventory. And you can rock any one of these. Because you see the bar gauges in there. Shout outs to Zaus, our boy from the community, who did all of those beautiful Dallas Pets Alive shirts again, knocked it out of the park. Shout outs to Zaus. All right. I think it's finally time to actually talk a little bit about the game, Doom plus Doom 2. And I think the best way to do it is probably just to get right into some gameplay. What do you guys think? Is it gameplay time?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so as soon as we get up on Hugo's monitor here, he's going to be playing through a little bit of Doom as well as Doom 2. But until then, there's so many things that you guys did to update this quality of life stuff. Again, we talked about the mod stuff, but Legacy of Rust. Legacy of Rust is so cool. I don't think we'd ever done a collaboration between 3 studios ever before. Like, we had some individuals from id, a couple from Night Dive, and a couple from Machine Games, our buddies who, you guys all remember, we did the amazing stuff that we did for Quake and Quake 2, Dimension of the Machine. I mean, always just like they wouldn't just do the normal thing of making really good levels and really good gameplay. They do new enemies, they do new weapons. So they're back again for Legacy of Rust. Like, Rubitz, tell us a little bit about like how that came to be. How did it go from like, who's working on it? Are you working on it? Are we working on it? Are we all working on it? How did that happen?
Well, a lot of people come from the Doom community and have been around in the past. Night Dive is made up of a bunch of Doom community people. So it's like when we had the opportunity to do this port, it's like we did the Quake 1 episode, we did the Quake 2 episode, we got to do a Doom episode. And then it's like, what are we going to do? We're just going to do levels? It's like, can we maybe get a couple new weapons in there and a couple new enemies? And then it all kind of spirals out of control till you have 18 maps or however much it is and like all this new stuff. And yeah, I actually have not played through the full thing yet. I've been trying to keep some of it for the final version, so nice. I'm excited to check it all out in its intended final form.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the difficulty is real, so if you guys are used to being like, oh, Doom 2, I'm going to start in like, no, Ultra Nightmare.
Maybe you should go.
You're going to get whooped. You're going to realize that quick save and the quick load are like what needs to happen. Like, you need to be up on it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the entire time.
I love this. Marty right now is driving Steam. He's going to accept the EULA.
I'm like customer support. This is
Let's
pretty
hear
much
from Marty and his customer support.
What you guys are seeing is a reenactment of what it's like at it. Something goes wrong, Marty jumps in there.
That's right. All right, so
anybody need anything? I can pick up some Starbucks.
Marty's ready, man. Marty's ready to get.
I'm good at ordering food.
He's always ready to fix the problem.
All right, so as you can see, all the options we just talked about before, and that's before we even get into the mod stuff. It's all available right there in the main menu. I think let's start with like Doom 2, yeah?
Yeah.
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 Doom 2.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and as soon as we can get sound in here, I want to focus in on the soundtrack stuff first. I think when we get sound in here, we should focus on the soundtrack first. So
yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm starting to hear it.
Sorry, I zoned out. I just wanted to play.
Let's go into options real quick. Let's go to sound. All right, let's change the remix to the original. All right, so we can hear it. It's what we know and love.
Right.
Sounds like MIDI music.
It does.
Beautiful MIDI music.
Bobby Prince is amazing.
Shout out to Bobby Prince forever. And then let's go ahead and switch it over to the remix.
Oh, shiny.
Now,
Ooh.
let's go ahead and reload Doom 2 because I want you guys to hear. You guys all know the iconic Doom 2 start sound. You guys know what it sounds like. You've heard it a million times. I want you to hear what it sounds like now.
Let's go.
Sweet.
This guy destroyed it. All right, we're listening to the new stuff. I think we should play Doom 2 first and just kind of show some features off. So let's jump into Doom 2 level 1.
All right.
Single player, whatever skill level you like.
Oh boy. We'll just do her. This is not a stream. We can't get into. I'm not allowed to curse. I don't need to be getting angry.
That's fair. All right. One thing I want to do before you shoot anybody, pop it in the menu one more time. And
there you go.
Mike, walk them through the options to get to where you can essentially like take the HUD away and just see a little bit more arms, because I want to talk about the arms in Doom. And you might not understand why, but you will in a second.
Go ahead and hit pause and go to options and display.
So you go pop in the main
Gone.
menu.
He's already playing. No.
Oh.
Pause it.
Oh, I can't even hear what you're saying.
I can't hear anything.
He's like, I can't hear you either. All right, so options?
Yeah, options and then display.
Let's jump down to options, display. And then we're going to go into field of view, right?
We got screen size if you want.
Screen size, that's the one, that's the one. Where is that? Down, down, down? Yeah, bump it up.
Goes up to 11.
Yeah, let's go. It actually goes up to 11.
Nice.
All right, continue. Let's back out of this. Let's play some. So as you can see, right now we just got the pistol out. There's a fist. You can see a little bit of a forearm there, always in the foreground. Kevin Cloud on the side of the stage right now. Those are his arms, and they've always been his arms in Doom and Doom 2.
Thanks.
They look the same. It hasn't changed in 30 years.
And what's crazy is back in 1993, they looked stronger than all of our arms combined, and they still look like that now. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So talk to us a little bit about, though. It's a cool process. We got some fan art.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there, the original OG crew.
That's a pretty young Kevin right there.
That's a good one. Talk to us a little bit about the process, because I don't think you guys got a lot of credit as deserved for the genre, the speed, the gameplay, the sound, everything else. But everybody usually, like, for the pixel art, it's you and Adrian doing all of that, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, essentially until we got into getting Gregor Punchatz involved in the character modeling. But yeah, for the pixel work is me and Adrian. And yeah, we were shooting for something that was a dark and gritty style, and we really picked up on how that looks with the images that are scanned in. And so we started using that as a source to drive some of our images to try to capture that style. And yeah, so we had a handy cam set up on a little tripod, hooked up to a neck station. For our character models, we had the build-in maintenance guy build us a little lazy Susan to set up that we could turn the guy around. And so the designers, either John or Tom, asked for a model of pistol shooting and arm punching. And since I carry this one with me all the time, I figured I'd just use that.
That was great.
And
the cheapest one around.
It was a cheap.
This one's free.
So just use that. But yeah, I mean, there was a good bit of cleanup involved and stuff like that, trying to get it munched into that 256 color palette. But it had some pretty interesting and unique results. So, yeah.
It's amazing. So when you pick up Berserk and it's just a punch out, that was just you going, did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah, that was me kind of holding it.
And click, 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 click. That's incredible. Man.
I got a little quick plug. We actually found some of the source sprites for sprites for the fists that weren't in the game. It's in the id vault.
Yeah.
Cut content and kind of development files. We put it all in there, and yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff that hasn't been seen before in there.
Yeah, you're right. That stuff is awesome.
Yeah, the id vault's amazing. If you haven't checked that out, you gotta see it.
Yeah.
You guys did such a good job putting that together. It's really cool.
That is like some of the coolest stuff. Like whenever I first booted that up, you guys were like, here's a branch. I was like, oh my God, going through all that stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah,
it's a
I've
mini
been watching
library.
some of the Doom community folks loaded up right before getting on stage, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't think there was really anything else that could be found, and
yeah,
we found more.
That's what's so cool though too, is like usually that stuff would be like maybe in a PDF or a document somewhere online, but like again on every console you can go to id vault in the main menu and just start looking at like all the original stuff that didn't make the game, some earlier stuff from the game. It's amazing.
We got some of that stuff at the office too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Just a great job archiving it. You know, we've got those original models that Gregor Punchatz built, and the original toy shotgun you guys scanned with, you know, that you were probably holding. It's awesome. There's such history there.
Getting some weirdness with the controller.
I love it. We're coming from Gen X energy. It used to be, we don't need the keyboard and mouse, and now it's like, something wrong with this controller.
Now, every once in a while, the controller just kind of gives out. It's a little bit of a connection issue. I'm just making excuses.
You're doing great. All right, so there's so much to talk about for so many other things, but I feel like you guys have never seen Legacy of Rust. We've been hiding it all this time. So I feel like it might be time to peel off a little bit of that cap that's on top and show a little bit of Legacy of Rust. What do we think? Is it time?
All right.
All right. You know what to do. You're like, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. All right, get out of this. End game. Yeah. Now let's get into change. You got this. This guy's a pro. What am I saying? Boom. All right. I think, what do we say?
How easy that is.
Let's
God.
Yeah, it is. It's slick. Let's do episode 2. So you guys split this up into 2 different episodes, yeah?
Yeah, it's about 8 or 9 maps in the first episode, another 7 or 8 in the second one.
So if we do single player in this, and then we do level select, I want to do the second episode, so not the Vulcan Abyss, but Counterfeit Eden, and then let's do map 6, which I think is called Soul Silo. All right. Difficulty this is, dude, I mean, Hurt Me Plenty is
We'll start here.
It's gonna hurt.
And he's starting with the pistol, so this is probably even harder than it would be if you were playing
Yeah, 'cause
through it.
pistol start, right? Well, at least there's a shotgun there. So I think what we're seeing now is the fact that we're starting out all new textures, and the detail in this stuff, like, look at the locked door. Like, he's like, no, I want to go in the vault. Back here, like, the amount of detail that's in this stuff, like, blows my mind. Like, it doesn't even feel like we're in Boom. It feels like we're doing outside of that stuff. It's just, and then that looks like a Doom Marine. Do not trust that guy. He's got a plasma rifle. You just saw what happened to his head because he messed with Hugo and he's got a shotgun.
That's right.
Yeah, this outdoor area here, if you were trying to run this on a 90s computer, it'd be like 20 minutes per frame. There's so much detail in this kind of silo area.
Should we teach Hugo how to quick save?
Yeah, so go ahead and pause at any point. If you hit right bumper, that'll do quick save, and then you can left bumper to quick load. So you can just open the door, shoot him, quick save, and when you die, you can load it.
Yes.
It's valid.
I want to see that slideshow save load all the way through. Just
It's like
no
quick
damage.
switching in Doom Eternal. I'm down.
Except with the save system.
So I know there was a lot of work spread around a lot of different teams, but like, was it basically like everybody has full reign, they're going to do all their own work, or was there like you guys made it like a set of textures, maybe a set of some new stuff that everybody could use?
A lot of the textures were original. I know Machine Games made their own texture set for their own maps, but a lot of the other textures used in this episode were actually from unused content, including those enemies right there. They're actually from an old alpha version of the Lost Soul, and there's actually a couple of more enemies that were based off of unused content. So it's a mix between original, and we also leveraged a lot of the unused content for this episode.
That's so cool. Kevin, do you remember any of that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like 100%.
Right off the bat.
No, it's really cool to see it and make it back into the game. I appreciate you guys doing that. It's really fun to see it.
I thought you were going to troll me and be like, I don't remember any of this. Absolutely not. They made this up. So do you remember why the decisions of some of the stuff that got cut when you guys were back then and you guys were just cooking so fast? Like, how did those decisions go as far as like what made it and what didn't back then?
Well, sometimes somebody came and said, hey, we're going to cut this, and then sometimes I just played the level and it was cut. That's kind of... No, I mean, we were iterating fast. I mean, game development was super quick.
Yeah.
And I think that character just kind of was iterated into the Lost Soul, and that's sort of what happened there with that. Some weapon designs was the same thing. They sort of started a direction, they got iterated in a different direction, and something got left on the editing floor, and that's just kind of the way it went. But it's cool to see it back in and see also some new weapons that were inspired by earlier designs. So it's very cool.
Yeah, it's rad because I don't want to spoil it. I can't remember if it's in the... I know that the ammo for one of the weapons I'm thinking of, which, spoiler, it's a flamethrower. I know that the ammo is in... Actually, is that it right there? Turn around. Go back the other way. There, you're good. Oh, you just...
I'm not picking up that thing.
No,
dude.
Don't turn around.
I thought it was going to happen after I picked it up. I intentionally avoided
there you
this.
go.
There it is.
Watch out.
Nice.
Don't get too close to the walls on that one. You will burn. Yeah, there you go.
If you get close, that hurts everybody that's in there. So you got to kind of do it at a distance like it's a real flamethrower.
My controller, that was my
got that
controller's
saved,
fault.
though. So if you hit...
pause and left bumper, you'll quick load.
I did
Pause
save
and left bumper.
Did I save
Wait,
it?
that is-
Oh
that's
my
not it.
God, I didn't save it.
I swear you did.
I did. I pressed this thing.
No, left bumper.
Oh, left
bumper to load.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Let's
Video
hear it.
game.
Let's hear it for quick saving.
See,
quick
that's
load.
the second problem Marty has fixed today.
You don't know how it goes too. You could be like 45 minutes into a level, have all the keys, and then like there's a lost soul that just gets you from behind, and you're like,
And the camera will turn around just so we can like taunt you while you're just sitting there like.
that's true. That's true.
Oh my God.
It's the Kaka demons though. They're a menace. Look at this though. It's
That
like it
is
never
pretty
happened.
nice, though.
That didn't happen.
That's amazing. The quick save and load.
Oh, dude, it's a lifesaver and a time saver for sure.
So much frustration saved.
For real. And
It's
yeah.
so cool to see like some of the older content just like restored back into everything. Just walking through some of the stuff while I was, seeing how the music was going to shape up and put into engine. I was like, wow, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, wow, the level design is crazy. It's huge.
It's so cool too because of the 3 studio split where some
Yeah.
individuals had time to actually contribute to it. It's so different, and somehow like the episodes feel cohesive in a really cool way. And there's a lot of different I feel like mapping techniques over all the years that are all in this.
Yeah, we had a lot of shared resources that kind of helps make things cohesive, but like I also think having something different just kind of breaks up the action. We don't want to be too heavy-handed on what we're telling people to do. It's just like kind of make something cool. We'll figure out how to make it all work together.
Yeah, I love that. We got fisties. We got some ammo.
I need a chainsaw. I'm running out of ammo here.
You got a little flamethrower ammo.
I think you have a
just picked up.
flamethrower, don't you? Switch. Get your weapon wheel. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
How do I How do I bring up the weapon wheel?
The radial is just holding it, right?
No radial, just the carousel.
Right. There it is. There it is. Just be careful. Don't get too close when you're shooting it, because it'll hurt anything that it's burning in that radius.
So that flamethrower is another early weapon that was cut. It was probably like a rocket launcher or something like that. But
do you remember
the flamethrower?
I don't think it was a rocket launcher, though. It might have been an early version of BFG or something like that. It's hard to recall it.
I get the vibe, like the very Sigourney Weaver, like Aliens vibe of that. It was like, I know that you guys had a ton of influences, because I don't want to get wax nostalgic about the 90s, but there's a lot of good movies that came out in the 90s. So like, do you remember if the flamethrower had some origin to being like, we got to put that flamethrower from Aliens in, or was it just something totally different?
A lot of our inspiration for Doom, we all saw Aliens, and that just kind of set our minds in that direction. And I think early on, we actually had the opportunity to make that as an IP for Doom, and then
really?
that didn't work out for various reasons, and so we went this direction for the Doom tech, and
thank God.
Yeah.
He's like my livelihood.
That's right.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's really cool. He's
Can I slide?
Let me in. No, you can't.
Going on
Is she
there?
safe?
Oh yeah.
Still no
good
sliding in Doom.
Thank you, whoever yelled that.
Yeah. Good call.
That is a good call. Wait, I did
You're
this.
literally and figuratively cooking now, though.
This is fun. This is really good.
Yeah.
It's always hard to play on the live and on the monitors. I want to say there's lag, but it's probably just because I'm not playing good. But this is getting fun because I'm getting used to this. Now I just need the audience's help as to where I should go.
Just running right past
Go
the
through
caution
that
tape.
door.
I'm going to go this way.
Yeah.
Welcome to old school
The
exploration.
audience doesn't know.
That's right.
Seeing this for the
That's
first time.
true.
There you go.
Nothing bad will happen to you. Pick that up.
There's God mode, so here.
Oh, hey, it's your friend, the arch
geez.
file. Oh, a few of them. Oh my God.
That's the coolest thing about this little crazy arena, though, is when you're first in there, you kind of get locked in, but then the arch files just pop you up, so they just almost like rocket jump you out of there. It's pretty great.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
this is
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh God, you're outnumbered, now done.
Yes.
that vulnerability is only going to last so long. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
that's so much health though.
Oh.
Is there ammo in there? Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, all right. It's flame on flame now. Who's gonna win?
Oh no!
Don't get too close.
Come on!
Too close. All right, it's perfect.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Round of applause. Yeah, it made it through the arch-vile room.
I think that's worth a quick save.
Yeah, I think that's a quick save for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. All right, so here's the other question. I've always wanted to ask you this, Kevin. So those are your arms. Whose face is that down there on the bottom left? Who is that?
Maybe a little bit of me in there at some point, but I think it kind of mutated. Actually, the origins of that character probably started with the Wolfenstein, and we sort of just merged it over from that.
That makes a lot of sense. So you just took like a BJ and you just made a descendant, kind of?
Yeah, just kind of made some edits and worked through that. And but yeah, there was no real specific source for it.
Yeah, that's awesome though. I do
Kevin,
love how you're like, it's a little bit of me in there.
And maybe a little bit.
That's so cool.
Kevin, is Miss Donna in any id game?
Yeah, was she ever was Miss Donna ever? Did you say play or make it in?
Just in an id game, and is Miss Donna? Did she ever make it into any of the id games?
Is she in the?
She's in the
page?
Quake 2 credits.
Quake 2 credits page.
The hallway Easter egg.
Oh, in that hall? She's in the hall? She
Yeah.
is?
And then in Quake 3, there's sort of an homage character to Miss Donna that Paul Steed.
So in the Quake 2
that role.
room where you see all your guys' pictures, she has a picture in there?
She's right up at the front, I think, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Miss Donna is our office...
id mom.
id mom.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
Office manager and id mom.
And she's been there...
longer than anybody.
That's right.
Anymore, yeah, since Kevin retired. She's the longest standing id team member.
Yeah, if you come to id, she's the first person you'll meet.
Yeah. I feel like if heaven is real, it's just going to be Miss Donna. That's it.
That's right. Yes.
That's who greets you. And you're just like, we're good. She's the best.
Oh, no. I get stuck. I got stuck again.
Dude, I like how much it's like fire on fire with all these Mancubi too. It's good.
Yeah, she's
Donna
here today
used to-
someplace.
What's that?
She's here
Got the
today. I
strafe
just saw her in the
going.
audience just not too long ago.
One
Miss
more-
Donna.
She's here?
Yeah. So if you see her, say hello to her.
Yeah, if you see Miss Donna, say hello. And that's like seeing like the Dalai Lama. Like you've been
Elvis.
blessed. Just
Yeah.
blessed basically at that point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely say hi. That's awesome. I didn't know she was here. I mean, I know she always comes, but
Oh my
she's
God.
so elusive, it's hard to find her.
She used to play Quake 3 religiously every day. Right after we finished that, she was id mom online and just out there, fragging away.
That is
So it was
awesome.
amazing.
That's the
Yeah.
best,
Oh yeah.
man. That's the best.
She was saying, Kevin, how mature and quiet the young kids are now at id. She's like, back in the day, it
Comparatively
was
speaking.
Yeah, she was. She was like, back in the day, they were crazy.
Yeah, we were.
Like breaking walls. And,
You see how out of control Kevin is today. You can only imagine back then.
Yeah, things were a little bit different back then. I don't think you could run the company with as many people as you have today with the rules
It's
we
so
had back
funny.
then.
Those stories
Like-
aren't all safe
like
for
all
work.
these-
Not all of them, but some of them.
Some of them,
Here.
It's like, all these young kids are so quiet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's taking axes to doors anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. How many doors got destroyed in the Mesquite office, you think?
With an axe, just one. Yeah, but lots of, oddly enough, lots of stuff kind of got destroyed because we were doing some remodeling on the office, and that was just sort of a blank check to just run around and smash some
And
things
help
here
out.
and there. Yeah.
Help out.
Yeah.
We help. Yeah.
Throwing stars. That was a big one for a little while. Brian Hook was into throwing stars. I think it was Hook.
Well, we had a console set up, and I think it was maybe a Jaguar. It might have been a Neo Geo. I'm trying to remember back then. But anyway, every once in a while, somebody would lose and smash a controller, and then we'd take apart the little pieces and use them as throwing stars.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you
It's
go.
nonsensical, but
They're sharp as hell, right? So.
yeah. So
yeah.
anyway,
That's amazing. why buy throwing stars when you can just smash a controller and find a lot of them in there?
Yeah. Well, one person was probably more apt to do that than the others, but it wasn't me.
That's fair.
Those Super Nintendo controls are built like tanks anyway, so.
Yeah, true. But I feel like you break open a Jaguar controller, there's a lot in there.
A lot of buttons.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to ask, how was the Jaguar Doom port? Was it good?
Yeah. I mean, the coolest thing about that one was, like, if you remember, the gamepad is really unique. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but it has like almost like numpad on the bottom of it, and there was like kind of these like little plastic slide-ins.
Yeah, you had the little overlays. I think you could switch to the weapons directly in the Jaguar version. As far as those console ports go, that Jaguar version's kind of well liked. It was kind of the source for all the further console ports. Like even the GBA version was still using those Jaguar maps.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Dang. Am I crazy, or did you work on a Game Boy Advance Doom? One of them.
Yes. I mean, you know, for a while there, I kind of was like, it was just Todd, who was the CEO at the time when I was hired, and myself kind of doing biz stuff. So, any kind of port or anything pretty much that like was outside of main development, I would help with. You know, kind of get in front of Kevin or get in front of Adrian but I'd play it and then, you know, help with the marketing on it and stuff like that. So I kind of worked on everything, and there was a period there where it was just like everybody wanted the official, you know, Doom port to whatever it was.
Whatever platform.
Yeah, literally. Like, so people would literally just, they'd get our address and send a box with, you know, a device. Pick whatever. You know, at the time it was
Dreamcast.
Yeah, I mean, this was before mobile phones, really. So actually, not before mobile phones, but it was before gaming was really on phones. So, you know, any kind of productivity device. You remember the tap wave and crazy stuff like that, and they would like get it running, and they just, without even us asking for it, they would just send it and say, "Can we do a deal?" And you know, it was usually my job to kind of look at it and for the first time, you know, play through a couple levels and say, you know, this is cool or not. Most of them were not, but
there was so much crazy tech like popping off in that time though. Like everybody was trying something. Because I remember in the beginning, a lot of phones were more like PDAs and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah. You had tech. You know, you had the whatever T9. What was the tech thing?
Yeah, T9.
T9.
I know those early Java phones.
Yeah, and yeah. So pretty much the productivity devices, like the business devices, were the more powerful things, but they were larger. So yeah, it was kind of a really mobile. Like we think of mobile just everywhere now, whether it's in your pocket or, you know, a Switch or Steam Deck.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it was really like new in the early 2000s from a gaming perspective. So yeah, everybody was throwing spaghetti at the wall, and the first game that they would try and get on their device was Doom.
Yeah.
And if they got it, they sent it to us. So.
Yeah, I had Doom on the Tapwave Zodiac, which I'm sure no one's ever
Yes.
heard of. A Palm OS PDA that was made for gaming, and it had a handful of games and like some monster truck game and a Doom port.
That's amazing.
Yep, that was one of them, the Tapwave Zodiac.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first
They had a big E3 one year too, I think.
Yeah.
They had a big booth.
Like they had a whole setup there where I'm sure Doom would have had to be in there if it was there.
Yeah,
right?
I can't remember if it was. Yeah, God, that was a long time ago. But
I know. I'm trying to think. Like, I think the first cell phone I ever had was I specifically got like it was like a HP like compact PDA because it was
iPacs.
iPac. That's it.
Wow.
This is my high school. I never had a Game Boy Advance. I was super into like the PDA, Pocket PC, Palm OS stuff.
Yeah.
And I never had a GBA.
Yeah, I remember I had it, and the only reason I got it was because it ran Windows CE and I could play Doom on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is how I'm going to start cell phoning.
Yep.
Everybody else is like, what's your thing? I'm like, I got Windows on here in Doom, so I'm set.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I was good.
And all because of the source code release, you know, Doom on Windows CE and
Incredible.
It's on everything.
All right, we're getting close to the time where we're going to do some giveaway stuff, so just prepping you guys. It's going to be a trivia question. I'm going to do the online one first to give them time to spam in chat their answers, and then we're going to get to all the lovely people sitting right here in the audience. So first, we're going to get this prepped. I just got a rumble in my pocket. I want to make sure we're good. I got my agent, CVH, shout out to CVH, back in the home office, who's ready to rock with the MooBot in Twitch chat. Again, it's going to be this beautiful 5-inch with a stand BFG that lights up, can sit on your desk, which is part of the Doom Anthology. So if you don't get it today or tomorrow or the next day, you can pre-order it and get that when it comes out with everything else. But I think we're going to start with this question for online. So again, the answer is just going to be hashtag and then the year. No spaces. I'd say all caps, but they're numbers. Numbers kind of look like all caps all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question is, this is a softball, this is easy. Or maybe it isn't. What year was the game first featuring the BFG released? On Twitch, in chat, only on Twitch, hashtag whatever the year is. What year was the game first featuring the BFG released? All right. Now that it's just us here in person, the question is for y'all. Parker, are you ready back there? All right, Parker is ready. He has BFG in hand. Here's the question. And it's going to be him with his eyes darting, trying to see whoever puts up their hands first and if they can verify that the answer is correct. So the answer is as follows. What was the exact month, date, and year of the game first featuring the BFG? Bonus points for the operating system if you have that too. Parker's running around verifying. Man, he's all over the place. This is a big place. I think he just disappeared.
I think it's somebody in the BYOC.
Say that again? We got one?
He's got it.
All right.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it for December 10th,
Yeah.
1993. Big
Congratulations.
Congrats. So, and please, take good care of it. If we see it on eBay, I'm just going to buy it back. I'm just going to buy it straight back. Kevin, what was December 10th, 1993 like for you? Was it just like a normal day in the office, or did you guys do anything wild?
I think I got into the office and I heard that we released the game. That's kind of just how it worked. It just kind of rolled itself out. But yeah, those last month was a pretty, a lot of hours putting in. People were working. I had sort of a different. I was getting in super early, and trying to get home a little earlier, but it was running with maybe 5 or 6 hours of sleep, going back and forth. When we first announced Doom, which was actually, I think, a little bit prior to us starting it, we put out a press release, and said, hey, we're going to have all this stuff. And one of the things was going to be multiplayer. Well, about maybe, 2 months, a month before release, Ramiro says, what we forgot multiplayer. So, John's like, okay, let's get multiplayer in. So basically, rushed to get multiplayer in, and it was, so those guys would work late hours. Jay Wilbur and I would get in early in the morning, have 3 cups of coffee, and smoke cigarettes on the staircase.
Like you did.
And anyway, so we got in that morning, and the guy said, yeah, we released it. So that's basically how December 10th rolled.
Damn.
Hey, we forgot multiplayer. Let's just invent this little thing called deathmatch.
Yeah, just a side note. No big deal.
Sounds fun. Why don't we just let people just play against each other?
Yeah.
That's
wild.
And how long did it take you guys? Do you remember? Because since you came to another day at the office and said, we shipped the game, oopsies, no multiplayer. Were you guys just jamming on that until then? And do you remember kind of the length of time? Because you guys were working so fast back then. I know it's tough to keep track of it all.
No, it was basically, we remembered we had announced multiplayer prior to releasing the game. So it was basically we working through that prior to release. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's, Carmack is magic with code, and so he's just so fast. And the Doom multiplayer is, it's, for the most part, it's basically, multiple players in the same game environment. We didn't do a lot of changes to the gameplay mechanics for it. But it was impressive how fast the coders got it in. On the art side, we're just mainly dealing with the the characters, so it didn't really impact us directly that much.
Because you guys had already done that work, right? You guys already had what the player looked like.
Yeah.
But did you? Because
Well,
you
we
never
had
see yourself in third person, right?
That's right. So we had to get the player character in there for sure. Yeah.
So you guys did that after you shipped the game, the player character?
No, that was
you guys
done
already
before.
Had that
yeah.
book.
So multiplayer, it was all done during the development.
Right.
Yeah.
It just wasn't included in the December 10th month.
No, we remembered it about 2 months prior to releasing it on December 10th.
Oh, I got you.
If I recall correctly, Marty, is that?
You know what? I don't even remember.
Well,
I mean, I wasn't
somebody
there
out here
at the
may
time, but-
remember exactly.
Yeah.
Was it in the shipping? All right, so we remembered it prior to getting it out and we released with it. Thank you.
It is incredible. We were talking about this backstage because, we released this today, and it's been a secret. It's the kind of shadow drop thing. Generally been a secret, and I wasn't a did back then, but I've read all the books and been around long enough to hear so many of the stories. And that was literally when you think about releasing a game today, like what we just did to release this today, and what back then it was just John or you get. I mean, somebody would just get into the office, or you'd get to a point where it's just hey, we're going to upload it. And that was the thing. I mean, you just uploaded it to BBS or whatever to distribute it. And there was some other distribution and stuff like that, but it was mostly just either uploading it and letting it distributed, or you'd send it to your publisher, and it would get pressed on discs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now we launch, and there are probably 40 or 50 people. Mike was backstage, in the war room. There's people at Bethesda. There's people at it. This group of people comes together just to put something up on Steam and on all the platforms simultaneously. I mean, you listed out the platforms. For everything to go live simultaneously, there's 100 people involved in this process at 7 different companies, and everybody's coordinated. It's been through QA. It's had legal checks and security reviews, and it's when we say, hey, coming out today, the amount of work that goes into that behind the scenes from a lot of people is really pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Versus the old days where I was just hey, we're uploading it,
Yeah, I mean, a shareware distribution model really helped with that.
Yeah,
because we had
yeah.
quite a connection with the community. We could release alphas and betas and get feedback on it. We didn't have to worry about getting things out and, locking things down for packaging. We were our own QA. If you release something with a little bit of an issue, you basically just release an update for it and moved on. So, and when the projects are that small, you can really focus on keeping things running all the time.
Yeah.
So, it's just a much simpler time for development.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that player character. That character's just, Adrian sketched it out and he started modeling that out of clay. We had, I forget what they're called, but basically posable figures for that we use as artists to sort of get the poses correct. And he just wrapped clay around that setup and used that to scan the different rotations of the player character model. And he was so fast, just so fast. I mean, he'd just sit there and just, I don't know how many hours he worked on it, but just an incredible job. And then every time you had to move it, because at that point they were all clay figures, you'd crack it. Right, so every time you'd animate, you'd tear it up and you have to remodel it again. That's really one of the reasons why we went with Gregor to do the models.
Full models.
Yeah, because his father Don was doing the illustrations.
Right.
And he came in to show us some updates one day, and he goes, there's an easier way to do this. My son,
which is hilarious because you guys are literally like cutting edge, bleeding edge, making the craziest stuff, and he's like, you guys are doing this all wrong, and you're like, wait, what?
And if I'm remembering any of this incorrectly, please, Romero or Carmack, just ring me first. Just tell me.
That's so cool, though, man. So so when it was just you and Adrian doing it, it was all clay model stuff. It was posed so you could turn it, and you're having to rebuild it all the time when it's cracking.
Yeah, every time you try to basically animate it, you're basically tearing that clay, right? It's not meant to move like that. But one of the reasons why we wanted to go with that type of structure to model the characters is because when you're having to create all these rotations to give it this appearance of an actual 3D model when it's really just a series of sprites, it's hard to make these dynamic poses. So you sort of pull back from that. But you want like a big swing or you want a big dynamic pose, then you're stuck having to draw by hand each one of these angles, and it gets a little bit tedious.
Yeah.
And it also it's hard to get perfect. But when you have it as a structured model and you just turn on that little lazy Susan and take another image of it, you have kind of the perfect solution. But yeah, the clay was a drawback. But so for me, I got the imp done in clay. I got part of the.
Was the pinky done with clay? Because he feels like clay.
Yeah, the pinky was, at least a part of it was done in clay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I actually used some kind of little creature model for the feet.
Yeah, we have that in the vault. It's the early Pinky sprites. It's like a dinosaur toy or something. It's the bottom half of a dinosaur and the top half of a Pinky.
Yeah.
It's really great.
I love that. I love how the pinky embodies both like something scary, something adorable, kind of a dog, kind of a dinosaur. It's like all those things. But I've kept everybody online waiting for quite a while. The winner on Twitch of this BFG 5-inch light up with a stand, beautiful replica is By the Ton. BYTHETON. Let's hear it for By the Ton. All right, I think we showed some pretty good gameplay here. I know you're pretty locked in. How you feeling at this point, Hugo?
This is fun. I'm doing good.
I agree.
I don't like the plasma dudes. These guys, tough.
Yeah, the plasma. I feel like the plasma dudes. It's not that they're weak to double barrel, but that's like the best answer for them. But it's always like being able to not let them see you first, because as soon as the plasma starts coming out, it's like in deathmatch.
Yeah, they're glass cannons, but it's
like
so hard to get close up
tough.
on them.
It's
so.
fun. I was having a good time. I was getting into it.
Exactly. So, again, everybody out there, biggest thing, we said it before, we're going to say it again. Doom plus Doom 2, the coolest thing about it isn't just that our buddies at Night Dive and us got together again to make an amazing release with the single-player publishable community mods. If you own Doom or Doom 2 of the re-releases we did, you own the original versions on Steam, you own it almost everywhere that isn't like a Game Boy Advance cartridge or a SNES cartridge, which, by the way, what an outdated one that is. They're doing a new one, so don't even worry about that one. But you get a free upgrade. Everybody does. So right now, you probably already have it on the platform of choice, whether you're on Xbox, Sony, Nintendo, all the places, Steam, PC. You probably already have it. It might have already downloaded, and you can always access previous versions in your library, same way as always. So first of all, congratulations, you probably have a free game. It's more than one game, it's both games. So if you were just like, I just want to buy Doom 2, well, guess what?
Now you get them both.
That's right. That's right. All right, so don't forget, on Steam or any platform you have, wish list Doom the Dark Ages immediately. More information on that later, of course. And by later, I mean not in QuakeCon. I mean later. Soon TM. For when it's ready to be talked about. Tomorrow, join us at 3:15 for we're running this back. We've got Edward switching out for Sam, who was on the multiplayer side of programming from Night Dive, but we're doing Doom 2 multiplayer where it's going to be the whole entire world versus this man right here. 15 people versus this guy. So
you're all going down.
I'm betting on Hugo. Has he ever played it? Not in this version. Do I worry?
It doesn't matter.
Not worried. He's not at all worried about it. And then stay tuned right here on this stage for next up. We are going to do some Doom Eternal mods, which we are so excited to finally show off in real life, in person. And we'll give a lot of shout outs to both some awesome members of the community as well as our awesome team at id that made that happen. But again, all these things are available now, which, as Marty pointed out, is no small feat. So thank you to everybody that helped us do that.
Truly.
Let's hear it for everybody.
Thank you to Night Dive.
Yeah.
Night Dive's been an amazing partner of ours. So definitely, thank you all. Really appreciate that team. They do amazing work.
For sure.
Sam, you got to take all the credit right now for your entire team. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's hear it.
Perfect.
All right, so stay tuned for Doom Eternal mods. We love you guys. We thank you guys for being here. This is just the beginning for QuakeCon 2024, so stay tuned. Thank you, and we'll see you guys soon. Later, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
The reason I love QuakeCon so much is just the events are cool and everything. Sure, awesome, rip and tear. But the people is what makes this event so freaking special.
QuakeCon is family for me. I have known people here for 20 plus years.
These are all my people. Like, you just get to just be yourself.
I started coming here when I was a teenager in high school. It was one of those events where I was like, computer gaming was like the coolest thing ever, and you come here and you get to see all the other people who just love the same thing you do. And so I started volunteering because I wanted to see what it was like on the other end of that. And then I loved that, and that's all I've been doing now is I pretty much just volunteer for QuakeCon. So I have a seat, I don't even use it most of the time because it's like, I like making everyone else's experience great.
So 2011 was my first year, and I was just blown away by like how instantly everyone was so welcoming and friendly. And I think the main reason why I come is for all of the people in this room.
My parents are actually, they've been going to this convention before they were married, and my mom has been, the reason that she's been coming to this event is again for the people, and my dad is a mega nerd, so he's like, let me go. So being able to do that and being able to kind of have like a family reunion with a lot of the people at the con, and growing up, a lot of the people will always make fun of me because they see me when I was this small, and they see me grow up as like this big person and taking on all these leadership roles, and they're like, this is crazy. So being able to show my QuakeCon family this type of perspective, they're so proud of me, and it kind of feeds back into not only me, but it back into them.
It's peace, love, and rockets.
Family.
Colossal.
I'd probably just have to say all around fun.
I really think it's just the people. Just get to see all my friends and stuff, and then we get to have this cool event, we put it all together, and then we take it all down and go home and live the rest of our lives, you know?
not right now. Oh yeah, sure. Get up in there. I don't think so. I wish we did. I'm sorry.
Over here, over here.
The who? Oh, the controller was kind of like nipping out.
Yeah, this is it. I don't know. That's a good question. Hi, hello, and howdy. Let's go. I'm dropping everything. How's everybody going? It's QuakeCon 2024, and we are joined today by Marty Stratton. How you feeling since 5 seconds ago?
Pretty good. Yeah. Grabbed a little granola bar and some water. So.
Damn, that's efficient. I like that. Hugo, who was maybe not able to finish a granola bar, how are you feeling?
I couldn't. Was that being streamed, that whole conversation?
About
Who knows?
Like,
Maybe. We'll find out later.
Well, I'm hungry, and I'm ready to play some video games. But I'm always hungry. Yeah,
always ready to play some video games.
And I'm always ready to play some video games.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
2 out of 2. And joining us for the first time on stream is Shale Williams. Let's give her a huge hand. How are you feeling, Shale?
I'm doing good, yes. I had a cupcake last night for dinner, so it's good.
I gotta say, the Sprinkles cupcake vending machine down the hall in the hotel.
Is that legit?
Sprinkles cupcakes are like.
It sings a song for you when you buy the cupcake.
What?
Yeah, did you have one of those?
Yeah.
Oh. Have you had a Sprinkles cupcake?
I've not.
Oh, come on. I'm taking you right after this.
Let's go. Who needs dinner when you have Sprinkles cupcakes?
I'm buying cupcakes.
Okay, nice. What flavor did you get out of curiosity?
I got a red velvet.
Oh, nice. Nice. I love that.
But
All
they're
right.
in a vending machine. It's amazing.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, most of us are fed, and the ones that aren't are hungry for more content.
I'm ready.
All right. So we did something crazy, and by we, I mean a lot of talented people at id put out a two-prong thing here. So we've got on the play, browse, and download side, there is the PC mod preview. Again, that was happening on Steam, and it might be live now, as you can see on your screen, kind of the flow of it. Also on Microsoft Store in flight. It might be live if you're in there, you'll know if it is because you'll search for it and you'll find it, or you'll see the social and you'll find it. But And then id Studio, which is the whole other craziest part of this of all, and that's what you see in the bottom right of the create frame down there. So, Marty, walk us a little bit through like the why of how these tools, like why they were released now, why beta, like how did this come to be?
Yeah, I mean it's a long, it's a long path. We've been known for a long time. We were just talking about it related to Doom. The original team would release the source code, and so many people are familiar with Doom modding, and same thing with Quake and Quake 2. And then we went down a path a while ago, really around the time of Doom 3 and then Rage, where the tools and the technology itself weren't really conducive to mods. And as we started working on Doom 2016 and then Doom Eternal, we'd get asked a lot about, are you ever going to do mods again? And it's always been a desire to put that power back into the community's hands.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many good things that come from it. We get a lot of people who come to our studio, just like we have now. So many people got started in the mod community, whether that's Doom or Quake.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a desire for a long time. The technology has to be in a place where it's even possible to do that. For many years, our tech required baking maps, and that is, not to get into the weedy details of it, but that kind of takes supercomputer level power to do that. So the technology evolved over the course of making 16 in Eternal. There's still a baking process that happens in Eternal, but there's just so much good that comes from it, and so much good for players when there's a community or building content. So it was an initiative that Robert Duffy, who retired, our longtime tech director at the company, he started working with Shale and a bunch of other people at the studio. Pretty small team though, about 8-9 people at the studio that have been doing this, and just getting the tech to a place where we can put it in people's hands. And like I said in the welcome stream, we've seen this community build up on a lot of the mod sites, and they're basically kind of like creative hackers. You know,
100%.
They're just doing such incredible work. And they have no support whatsoever. They have no tools.
Right.
They have no documentation. They literally just get in and figure things out and make amazing stuff. So it's been they've kind of been inspiring. So we hooked up with a few of them. You've been working with them as well.
Yep.
And we've given them a preview of things. Listened to their feedback. They've previewed the documentation, and we've answered a lot of questions. We've been working with them for how long? 6 months, 8 months, something like that?
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
And then grew over time, so it's kind of like, it started small and then it grew bigger. And
yeah, it's kind of
we
this
got a lot of
exclusive
feedback.
club now.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
They kind of invite each other in, work together. You've seen it on Discord, the kind of camaraderie between them. Shale spends a lot of time with them.
If we want to actually switch the graphic on the screen, we can actually show a little shout out to these are our like ground level. We called them id Studio Alpha group, but we worked with everybody in here to do so much. I mean, we obviously have an amazing QA team, locally, but there's just nothing like putting on everybody else's hardware, letting them throw spaghetti at the wall, break everything, tell us everything that's right and wrong with it. It's just invaluable,
Well,
right?
and really these tools, id Studio as a piece of software it's our internal development tool. So we use tools like Maya and Max and Modo and different things like that, but everything kind of comes through id Studio to build the levels, to do the environment art with the levels, to set up combat, all that kind of stuff. And so having that leave the studio and be in people's hands who aren't professional developers, again, they're complex tools. But it's been great to listen to them, like their response to it, like, oh my God, where do I start, and all that kind of stuff. And I've got while we're sharing this, you know, the team that's working on the mods has been amazing. And after Robert retired, I gotta give a shout out to Dustin Land, who's led that project. And really helped bring it over the finish line. Actually, we're getting to the point where we're at the starting line where we start to work with everybody on it.
Right.
But yeah, really, really great work from a very small team, and we're just excited to get it out there. Some of these modders actually, so there's we can get into it, but
yeah. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping real quick again. If you guys are just joining us now, check out all these amazing things that are available on the Bethesda Gear store. A lot of them are just outside of this hall on the right, and if you're online, you're like, I don't know how to get there. There's a QR code right in the middle of your screen. If you want to just scan that, boom, you're in the site, and you're looking at all the Doom-related stuff. Again, the beautiful tarot card metal Dark Ages version that you see on the right, it's not here live, but I think it's live for pre-order on the site, and if it's not, it's going to be soon, so that's a little sneak peek for you. Up next, we're going to show you another image, this is really cool. We did this last year, and since a lot of people were saying they wanted to see this again, it's basically been extended. So if you look at the next image once it switches over, again, easy QR code to scan. All of these Doom Eternal skins are free in-game. All you have to do is just either hit doombundle.com or go ahead and scan the QR code in the middle of your screen, and that gets you all the goodies you see. There's actually a lot of other cool stuff for 76 and everything else that comes in one bundle, so easy opt-in, beautiful skins, Papa John's. Next but not least, if you switch to the next one, we have got a Steam exclusive happening right now. These are all avatars you get for free by watching either the live broadcast right now or the restream later on when that's happening. But you watch for 10 minutes, check your inventory. You should have all these avatars, maybe even a cool QuakeCon frame. So look out for that in your inventory. And last but actually not least at all, and this is getting to the giveaway part again, if you're new to this stream, there is a Doom anthology that right now is up for pre-order, of which you see the entire anthology of all the major release games from original Doom all the way to Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition. You get all that. And you get a cool steel book, which I know is a selling point for a lot of people like myself that somehow just keep buying steel books and can't stop buying steel books. But the coolest thing maybe of all, other than all the games, obviously, is this beautiful 5-inch BFG that our friends at Xbox, who are doing the actual making of all these physical items, have sent us for everyone here at QuakeCon and for one lucky person per stream at home, because by the end of this stream, we are going to give one of these beautiful light-up BFGs, 5-inch with the stand, away to somebody in person, and one on stream for Twitch. So make sure you're ready for that by the time it gets to the end of the stream. All right. So, Shale, I think it's finally time let's tell the people about what we're looking at, how do we get in, and let's just show a little bit of the mod stuff.
Okay, so if you own Doom Eternal, you'll now see Doom Eternal tools. So basically, you'll want to make sure you have tools selected to see it, and you'll see Doom Eternal id Studio. It won't be in these branches I have here, but that's just because I'm in a test branch. So if you just right-click Properties, to opt into the PC mod preview, you'll go to Betas, and you'll just drop down this drop-down box, and you'll see PC-mod-preview, and you'll just opt into that, and it'll download the new Doom Eternal launcher. So when you launch Doom Eternal, you'll launch it from here. It'll pop up with a brand new launcher that's going to be kind of like a mod portal for you.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? Is it's not just the fact that mods are available. It's not just the fact that people can publish their own, but you guys went ahead and made a launcher, which I know sounds like a dirty word, but when you see it, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Because first of all, if you just want to say, I just want to play Doom Eternal, I think we made that pretty clear, right, Marty?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can see just the way this is structured. There's Doom Eternal mods and creations. So you can just think of it as a player. If you just want to play basic Doom Eternal, the way this is architected, and always will be, whether it's in this beta branch, we started with the beta branch just because we really wanted to keep this kind of like separated, for everybody to understand. Like this is new. This is a small team. We're really, we're just kind of trying to get it out there in people's hands so we can learn and take feedback. So we kept it in this beta branch. It's opt-in. But the way this is architected is that when you play Doom Eternal right here, there's 2 executables. There's the mods, playing with mods, and then there's just vanilla Doom Eternal. So you will never mess up Doom Eternal by playing mods. You can do all the crazy stuff and break it, and then just be like, okay, I want to go back to playing Doom Eternal, and always come back to this screen, play Doom Eternal, and it's a completely separate path.
That's a beautiful thing, because Hugo, I feel like you and I will get Discord messages of people being like, it broke my game. And I'd be like, well, it wasn't official. Like, you guys downloaded some crazy stuff, threw it in a bunch of directories.
That was midnight when we were streaming. Breaking his game with the mods and then posting videos that our game is broken. But meanwhile, it was him.
It was him all along. So, Shale, now walk us through the coolest new part, which is when you get to see and browse all the mods that are available.
Sure. So you'll just select mods, and then it'll have a little about, which is a little tutorial for you, and hit browse. I have to log in. You have to log in to BNet.
Let's see the password.
No, let's see it.
No, you can't see
it.
it.
It's hidden.
That's baloney.
I think it probably has something to do with Hello Kitty, if I know Shale.
So these are where you'll see all the mods. We have like a banner at the top, which is awesome, like our little QuakeCon section that we made. And then all the newest mods shown here. There's a drop down for most popular and highest rated, and you can search here, and that's it. It's super easy. If you click on one, you just hit download, and it goes into your library, and you'll go to library, and it's there. And that's super easy.
Yeah, it's very, again, just kudos to the team that's been working on this, because they really just took, kind of like what you expect from going to a gaming platform, any of the best gaming platforms, Steam, Xbox, and built a user interface for mods around this idea. So, you can dive into any one of those, and there's screenshots, there's ratings, there's a description from the mod author. And you really get it's like browsing for a game, but you get to see what these creators have put online for you.
Yeah, the fact that it's like an easy visual interface to see and you can't break Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Those are 2 hard things to do.
Yep, absolutely.
Because like when you're throwing all this crazy stuff, and again, the disclaimer is always that, everything that's in there is community made, so this is not stuff that we're having QA like verify everything. But again, you're never gonna, even if like you do a stack load and it doesn't work right, just start reducing it, try a single mod at a time. Like the disclaimer is welcome to the Wild West of mods.
Yep.
But you can always go back and press that just play Doom Eternal button. It'll launch the regular retail version and you're safe.
For sure.
Yeah, and another thing is creations, and if you go here, it's more for people who want to install id Studio, and we'll talk more about that on Saturday. It's going to be like a whole thing about id Studio and how it works and what to do.
Yeah, we're doing that Saturday, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, but most of you out there, I mean, you're literally just going to go to Doom Eternal or mods, and everything's there, and it's as easy as all the interfaces you're used to using just to play games. The creator side is definitely a bit more complicated, and really takes takes the effort that we know people are going to put into it when they want to do that. But we really have separated those 2 things to make it easy. If you just want to play mods, you just hit that mods button, and it's all right there.
Yeah. So what are we going to play today, Shale?
All right, so these are the mods I have installed. Kaiser and Graveyard are internal mods. They will be released soon. We're working on them, but today we're going to play Kaiser. So basically, this is a load order, so you just drag and drop, and then you play it, and then Hugo is going to give it a shot.
Mr. Kaiser is here today.
Is he really?
So
where is he at?
Kaiser, if you're here, stand up.
He's over there. That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So I heard that this was very easy, and I didn't want to. I thought I'd start with something really easy.
Something to warm up to.
Something to warm up to.
Okay.
We'll see. I played it a little bit, And I actually haven't played Doom Eternal in a little sec here.
Yeah.
So this should be fun.
But you could see just how easy that was right there too. I mean,
Yeah.
once you've downloaded the mod, it's in your library. It shows up in your downloaded mods. You drag it over, launch, and it's whatever. Sometimes the load order definitely. This is not a very smooth merging process between them. So it's always a little bit of a crapshoot when you're stacking mods. But as far as like having a mod down, like browsing them, downloading them, getting them in, playing. So just couldn't be any easier.
You're still connected to Doom 1 and 2.
What's that?
Can you click on
Still
that?
connected to Doom 1 and 2.
You mean the controller?
Yes.
Can we live swap it? We're switching your controller. I think when everything was switched, the most important controller of all.
It should already be.
What kind of mod did you make here, Kaiser? Seriously.
It's impossible. It's so hard you can't even press the thing to start it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to run tech support
Marty,
again.
tech support.
Marty has been producing the crap out of this whole
has.
show.
What's going on?
This is what happens when we have multiple PCs on stage.
Yep.
Where
the first hardest part is just.
It was funny, like playing this. We're playing obviously a ton of Doom: The Dark Ages at the office, and
what is this? What is this
Very
even plugged into?
Who knows?
Okay, it's plugged into that.
It's plugged into that.
There.
I told you,
that
you
is
see
it.
in real time,
Where's that
executive
plugged
producer over here. This is what he does.
It does feel like sometimes we get in a call and it'll just be like the camera's like, ooh, and then Marty's like, all right.
That's
dun,
it.
dun, 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 and then he just starts, moving and shaking, and all of a sudden we can see everybody.
Is that USB? Oh yeah, there we go.
So you haven't played this through. You just played a little bit.
I've only played like a sec.
It works now.
Okay. Do you have
Oh, it
control?
works. I'm good.
Let's hear it for Marty Stratton.
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
like the Geek Squad.
All right. We'll do
Shout out
new
to Best
slot.
Best Buy. That's
blah
right.
blah
I think
blah.
We're still doing it
Stuff and things.
for now. Are you?
Oh my God.
What's go?
Don't
No,
even.
let's do it. You're gonna do like the 5 Marauder thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll start here. You know what? Who cares?
Wow.
I mean, you're like
Let's just do
this.
things.
This mod. So Dylan is as we said, Kaiser. Dylan now works for us at id.
Right.
Kind of another one of those stories of like finding people out of the community and why we want to do this kind of thing. But he did this before he worked for us. He's since learned that you can't make games for one person himself, and I guess a few others that are just like this is like master levels on top of master levels.
Yeah. So it'll look familiar, right? Because we're in like the first load.
You call that hard? What was that? 4 zombies?
You waiting for the challenge? I feel like it's going to come soon, but we'll see.
All right.
So already right away, Kaiser says you're going to need to pick some power-ups because that's what you're about to face
I think
here.
he's warning us.
Yeah.
It's funny in our
Premonition.
game in Dark Ages. It's we have a use button, and so I keep hitting it every time I interact with something.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to that already.
Plugged in audio-wise, it turned up.
So again, we've
Oh
whoa.
jeez.
Get some audio help here.
Okay.
You were saying.
As we said, this is kind of a special case because this mod was developed before like a bunch are. You saw the mod list.
It's not working.
I thought it was
Saw the
easy.
mod list.
I'm not gonna lie.
And again, some of these that we've worked.
All right. So here's what's happening. My controller turns off. We've been at this for 3 minutes, and I already almost broke the cursing rule.
So what had happened was
it just turns off. But that's all right. That's all right. I think that's something that Kaiser put in to try to make it artificially difficult.
there's so many mods stacked on top of each other.
That's it. It's the turn off your controller option.
What are we going with here?
I mean, I'm going to do loot magnet,
Yeah,
right? I think you gotta.
Can't be running out of ammo. You got to first hit B to continue. There you go. Nice. All right, so it never happened. This is the very beginning. 0 deaths recorded.
That's right. Yeah, this happened the last time we streamed. Something about being on the stage. The controller kind of turns off once in a while.
Controller gets frightened.
Kaiser, you're back spawning dudes? That's horrible.
Who would do that?
Why? What?
He's right over there.
Oh my goodness. It feels so good to play this. I haven't played this in
But that's
so
the cool thing, right, Marty, is that Dylan was somebody just from the community doing all this stuff on his own, hacking it together.
Yeah.
Now he works it in, and that's definitely not the first person or the last person that'll happen for it, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've hired people like Dylan and Nick and Holden and like just some really young designers that again came up either through playing Doom Eternal or building content for it. And something else, just another reason we want to kind of begin to release these tools and have these tools out there more is we've developed a really good relationship with some schools.
Yeah.
There's Full Sail down in Florida. Locally, there's SMU Guildhall. These programs are amazing. I mean, they're really, really. We know the guy that runs the Guildhall really well, Steve, and he's just been fantastic for us. We've hired some young designers and programmers out of the Guildhall recently, and to be able to get our tools into those programs, we're not there yet. We're just getting this out there, but that is what we want. I mean, we want people who, when they interview at id,
I'm stuck.
He said fudge for the record.
When they interview at
He's
id,
hungry.
they can come in with some level of experience using our tools. They can have on their resume or in their portfolio a master level that they did, or a totally new level that they made, or a total conversion. Just really cool things. I mean, just what Dylan. I mean, Dylan sent me some. I've got notes, but this thing he did 13 custom master levels, 5 secret levels, more than 12 AI variants, 6 custom boss fights, ton of one-off enemies. Just like really a lot of new content here. And for this is particularly good for somebody who's has a more advanced. I see what you got there. That's an issue. For somebody who wants a more advanced experience, a harder experience, this is perfect. There's a lot of players out there like that, but you can make mods do anything. You can make just a secret Easter egg hunting kind of mod, and
100%.
And have an exploration mod. It really just opens up the game to so much.
How do I get this to stop turning off? Or why don't I just sit there?
You want to do that?
I could, because I want to destroy this mod in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat the whole. I'm going to Ultra Nightmare this.
Shale, you want to switch seats so we can get him plugged directly in?
Yeah, but if he wants to
I
play
don't
mouse
know.
keyboard,
Like, what does that plug directly in?
Well, I think what happens is if I'm
The
last
repeater?
time I remember is like my distance from the PC was part of the issue.
Try this.
I don't know. I don't.
Could be.
I don't recall.
Here we go. Marty's got. Look at Marty.
Hey, I'm telling you.
This guy's ready.
Let's switch seats, Shale.
Another huge shout out to Best Buy and the Geek Squad. We got Marty Stratton.
I need my little tie and the.
all right.
I feel like he's just going through promotions and this whole thing. It's just like fix that, fix that, fix that. How are we looking? Oh,
nice.
The responsiveness. It's gonna be like a Jaguar in there. Shout out, thank you, Marty.
Yes,
appreciate it. Let's have a round of applause for tech
He's
support.
been working. He's been working all day.
24 years at id, you learn how to fix your own computer.
Well,
we've got amazing IT, but like you gotta.
On my
sometimes
screen,
you just gotta do
I
it.
got a little bit of screen tearing, but that's all right. We'll roll with that.
Okay, we're gonna blame
This
Dylan
is all
for that.
just stuff that Kaiser put in here to try to stop me. But it's not gonna work. I'm not kidding. There's a lot of screen tearing. Oh my goodness. Shale, is there any way to get rid of this?
You want to switch to maybe video settings and just take a look at what you got in there? Meanwhile, I was gonna say, Marty, like,
what do you think?
Like you just mentioned, it's so cool that
Screen tearing, nothing you could do
not
about
only
it?
feeding into all the
Should I
different schools that
change
you guys have already done
settings or
recruiting
something?
and stuff from,
Here,
but
watch this.
even
I'll
though it's
fix
just the
it
beginning
for
with
you.
getting like the beta version
Probably
of id
nothing.
Studio out
I don't
and
know.
just publicly available now on
It does
Steam,
look pretty
you
bad.
got to think whether that's built into the curriculum or
Just 'cause
not.
it's going down there.
What the community is going to do
See
to
that one?
help us build up the documentation
Oh, should I
on the
move it
new
Look at
website
that
we just
one.
launched, which is
I'm all right.
idsoftware.com.
Yeah.
Or even just tutorial videos and everything else. Like, you got to think the coolest thing is knowing that those tools are available. When somebody's coming in, it's like, why wouldn't they take it upon themselves to just easily go out there, and instead of all the other stuff they're working on for all the other engines, like, they can just get in and make Doom Eternal stuff the same way that you guys did to make this game now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we said it when we talked about it in the welcome, but like, it's hard to tell. It's amazing how much time and effort people put into this stuff, and you get a little separated from that idea sometimes when you're working in the industry. But there's like, I have a 24-year-old son, and he's got friends who, like, they want to make video games. They're getting out of college or they're going into college, and I get asked so often, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And I'm like, well, you need to make video games.
Right.
There's a lot of tools out there, and ours are different. They're different than the other engines that are
Sure.
out there, but you literally were putting the tools that we use to make the game in people's hands, and I think they're going to surprise us. They always surprise us.
That's true.
They always come up with just something that you didn't think about. I mean, and I think that's true of any game. You look at things like, and we get to talk to other developers all the time.
Yeah.
Whether it's Minecraft or just any game that there's a content creation community around.
Yeah.
Developers are always shocked at what others do with their game, and it's just you just got to put it out there and trust that people are going to do amazing things, and that's part of this. We have done a lot of documentation, more so than honestly we even had internally, because
you guys
so much
are
of
rolling so fast, right?
Yeah, so much of it's tribal knowledge and stuff like that when you're in development. But we have a technical. We've had a couple of technical writers contribute to this over the last year. Mandy did a ton of work. She doesn't work for us anymore, but she did a ton of work on this documentation. So again, shout out to her.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot there. There's a lot more to come. We've got people working on it still.
Yeah.
And again, the community's going to help us. They're going to help us say, I need to know how to do this, and I don't. And it may be something that we take for granted. We'll do tutorials. So we're really excited about it, but it's going to be something that takes time. This is like I said before, this is the start of a journey for us, not the finish line.
Yeah. You didn't die, right? That was just a...
I did.
Another glitch in the Matrix.
He has too many AI in this space.
At least it doesn't start you all the way in the beginning, though. We still have some checkpoints, so that's good. In this arena,
I'm
it
not
has
kidding.
a couple
serious
phases.
screen tearing going on. We're doing it anyway.
That's right.
Again, just something that he put in here to try to stop me.
And it's only on the monitor you're playing on, because it looks great here, but I do believe you. Yeah, speaking of which, Shale, so we just opened up that website today, right? Which is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's idstudio.idsoftware.com, right?
That's correct.
And it's just like, again, there's so much depth to all the tools, like so much depth to id Studio, and even just to like all the things you can do in PC Mod Preview that we're going to go into more on Saturday. But you guys started, I think, with like a really good set of how to get people started at the most basic level, which is the most important thing, so people can actually start experimenting and stuff, right?
Yeah, so we wanted to like the most complete package that we could put out today, so everybody could just dive in and get started. But it's basically a living document that we can update, like, so as we go, like, we'll just keep adding to it, and it's super easy for us to do. So it's not going to be like, oh, you have to patch it and stuff. You just go to the website and it'll be live.
That's awesome.
So it'll be super easy. And the other thing with this mod was that we worked on some import tools. So you can actually just take a mod if you've made a mod before and import it into its studio using the tools that we developed, and it'll just kind of package your mod, and you can just publish it on the launcher, and it'll just be there for everybody to see.
And that's huge because, like Marty was saying, like Kaiser, so many others that were already in our id Alpha group, and a lot of people we haven't gotten in there yet. Like, there was so much stuff on Nexus mods and other places where people were just doing it themselves, and so you guys did so much work to figure out, well, we want to be able to, like, they don't have to like make it from scratch all over again. Like, so you guys did crazy work to be able to have import tools, and of course nothing's perfect
because nothing's ever perfect.
Nothing's ever perfect, exactly. But the fact that so many were already able to get their stuff converted thanks to your all's tools, I feel like that's just like, it's going to be such a boon for everybody coming in that maybe had already made something, and whether they want to make anything else new or not, they can at least, for a way wider audience and a way easier install path, they can just get bigger visibility and have more people play their stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I think so many times the barrier to entry for mods is that I got to go to Nexus mods, and then I've got to download, then I got to copy it where, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, people are just used to like firing up a game. It's not like the old days, you know, where you did have to be able to do your own, you know, kind of
like
figuring stuff out.
The structure where everything goes and editing your configs. It was like normal back in the day.
Right, yeah.
So on this one, basically I'll go over a Saturday, but there's two things you need to change when you launch if you want to make mods. So you'll just go into settings and then change a path, make it really short, like C drive, dash mods, and then set that, and then you're good to go to create. And that's all you really need to do.
That's rad.
And then learn id Studio, but
yeah.
That was a little more complicated, but we'll get into it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you just don't need to. It's fun. You're going to see a little bit more of it on Saturday when we go. Saturday when we go into it, and Shale walks through the process of creating and publishing a mod. But I think it's awesome because it actually will give mod creators this unique opportunity to see what it's like to be a publisher to a certain extent. You know, their own little mini publisher, because you gotta put up screenshots, you gotta do a good description that's cool, and then you know. You publish it, it's up there, players can go through it, and it's super easy for people to find, and then you can go on YouTube. You want to get people, you know, invested in your mod or downloading your mod, go out YouTube, create a video, stream it, whatever, have somebody else stream it, kind of do your own promotion and marketing. And then there's some really cool tools that we'll show on Saturday for a mod creator where they get to even see statistics of how their mod's performing, how it's downloading, how many likes it's getting. And it's neat. It's the way the industry works on a very micro scale. And I think it's a good experience. If somebody, I'll tell you this right now, if somebody shows up to an interview and they're like, I did this, I made this mod, and this is what it looks like, and they give me a chance to play it, and you know, here's how it was published, and I went out and I did this YouTube video, and I did my own promotion, and I saw my statistics go up by X percentage. All right, you're hired. I mean, literally, like.
and we could just load it up and try it out.
Yeah, and you get to try it out, get to see. But like that thought, like I always tell this again to kids who want to get into making games. It's like do things that put you through the process of what we go through.
Right.
Even if it's on a small scale, even if you're just doing your own little thing, do the things that we do. Have the challenges that we face, overcome those things, learn from your mistakes, totally fail, and then and then figure it out, do another mod, and like, oh, that one's more successful. Tell that story. Tell the story about the mod that totally sucked. You learned a bunch because of all these comments, and then you went and republished a new one, and you're like, that kind of stuff gets you hired.
Yeah, because it's the experience that you have to actually go through, and you're going to go through on a way higher scale as soon as you enter any dev team. It's small or big.
Oh my God, I have grenades.
Absolutely.
I have the fucking hammer.
What?
I have the hammer.
Shush.
Sorry.
We need to be on delay.
I know, for real.
I didn't know I had the hammer.
He said shoot, and he said dang. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to get to the giveaway now while Hugo is just showing a masterclass in how to take down Kaiser Campaign Level 1 on Nightmare like a mad lad. So again, it's trivia time. We're going to do the online one first and get to everybody that's lovely in here in person second. So everybody lovely online, here's the question. And CVH, who's online, is going to be ready with this MooBot to go in Twitch. Again, this is on Twitch only. So the question is, and we've said this a lot during the stream, so hopefully it's obvious at this point, what's the name of the tool we just released in beta? Another hint is on Steam only, that allows you to create and publish original mods. So you want to do hashtag and the answer, it's got to be all caps. So again, one more time. What's the name of the tool we just released in beta on Steam that allows you to create and publish original mods? So go ahead and spam in chat on Twitch for the chance to win, before it's even released, this beautiful 5-inch BFG replica with the stand that's included in the pre-orders that just opened up online for the Doom Anthology. All right, in person. Are you guys ready for one more chance to win this? I see Parker back there holding it up. You guys ready? That's what I love to hear. All right. So like everything that we've done today, there's kind of two sides to this coin. There's Doom 2. There's id Studio, and there's... So what's the name of the beta branch of Doom Eternal that we're playing right now that allows you to browse, download, and play mods? It starts with PC. Raise your hand if you're ready. There's a person right back there that's ready, unless you got one that's over there.
id Studio.
That's not correct. I'm
Close.
sorry.
Close. Next up.
That was the other side of the coin.
Right here in the middle. All right. You ready to solve the riddle?
Alpha. If only you were on
Alpha.
That is
PC
not correct.
Alpha.
That is not correct,
Close.
my friend.
Third chance right here.
We've clearly done a good job of messaging.
id Beta Creator?
Beta Creator is not correct.
So
That's
close.
not bad,
so
though.
close.
That's close.
They need to hire you for marketing.
Run the question again. Run the question again.
All right, so again, the question is, what is the name of the beta branch that we just released today that we're playing on right now? Hint, the beginning of this answer starts with PC. It's PC blank blank, but it's when you go to Steam, you switch branches, it's called PC blank blank.
We hit it.
We got one right here in the front,
Pretty lightly.
Parker.
Coming right your way. Coming right your way.
Is it
The PC mod preview?
Yeah!
There it is!
We got a winner!
Congratulations,
Thank
PC mod
you.
preview.
What's your name?
Joe.
Joe, congratulations. Thank you so much for coming to QuakeCon. Everybody.
Congrats, huge congrats. And
Congratulations.
This is a beautiful thing. I want to give a huge shout out to also to Joe in the front row. Let's hear it again for Joe. Woo! And our winner and a longtime friend of the Quake community, Putty Kitia, is the winner on Twitch. So stay tuned on Twitch. We will get you in the whispers and we will get your information. We will send you this BFG. Congratulations on the win. Kudos.
I'm wondering if Hugo's going to beat the first arena.
What's that?
Nothing.
I'm not kidding. I have such screen tearing. The other thing that's going on is he has the hazards and they hurt me. I think those actually cause damage, which is total baloney. Like, that's not okay.
So what you're saying is the hazards are hurtful.
Yes.
And they hurt you.
I feel like I'm catching body heat. But I'm not even kidding. I totally forgot about the flame belch. That's how long I haven't played this game.
You're doing great.
But that's all right. We're getting into the flow again. The flow of the dash. And then there's actually a ton of melee options in Doom: The Dark Ages, as you saw in the trailer. And so it's hard not to punch people. Which I'm sure all the people who were frustrated by the lack, oh my God, by the lack of damage from the melee strike in Doom Eternal are laughing right now. They're like, that's right.
So is that one of those things you're going to be like, you know what, let's go back and we can't fix it. It'll be a mod. A mod can fix it.
Yes, I'm getting
trying
pushed,
this on Nightmare?
Yeah, he's on Nightmare.
Pushed back into our fun zone of weapons and weak points and things. And it feels good. I'm going to have to, well, actually, I think it's better if I don't play, if we ever stream again, because it's always fun to, get back into that groove.
That place?
Live on camera.
Yeah.
There's 18 levels. You have a lot to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do them all,
That's
right now.
what people love the most. They don't want to see me succeed. Every time we were failing miserably,
That's when things got good.
The view counts would go through the roof.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh man, got to remember to stay out of those choke points.
I think it is one of those things, like, a lot of games are like this, but Doom Eternal just lends itself really well to modding too. From just even taking existing levels and kind of doing what Kaiser's done with this is just the combat of Doom Eternal in particular is just, you can mix it up so many different ways.
True.
And just throw, even just taking existing enemies and doing just a combat remix through levels, man, that's just fun. I mean, it's what we did with master levels.
True.
You can make it harder, easier. Fill a room with just zombies, make it like a zombie apocalypse type thing.
Yeah.
There's just with infinite ammo. It's just we talked about it when we were first introducing Doom Eternal, just about the demons being like chess pieces.
Yeah.
And like the mod, being able to mod is like, at even just the most simple level, it's like, hey, I'm gonna set a chessboard with different kind of things. Now take it on.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna set them differently. Now take it on. And like that's just I think the type of game we make really lends itself well to doing this type of.
Oh man, I haven't used the hammer
type
in
of
so long.
Yeah. And I mean, like you were saying, like even
I totally
internally
screwed that up too. I left
throughout
all
the campaign, like we did mods.
Yeah.
We did master levels.
Yeah.
I mean, the DLCs in and of themselves, it was like, okay, stuff that we wanted to do that we couldn't do.
Yeah.
Let's make that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the horde mode remix stuff, it's one-to-one a mod.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's the idea of a completely different game mode, completely different setup.
Yep.
Chessboard is different.
Yeah.
Use some of the same pieces for levels and geo, and use some totally new ones. But I mean, it's exactly that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's the kind of thing that again, we're putting in players' hands to be able to do those kinds of things. You want to make a horde mode, you can. Now, obviously, we're not releasing the source code for the game or the engine, but it is, as people will see, the tools are very powerful. They allow for a lot of new stuff. We're actually gonna. Are we showing the other thing today too, like the new level?
I think that's tomorrow.
Is that
I mean,
tomorrow?
Saturday.
So yeah, we aren't releasing the source code, but we are releasing all the assets.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So they'll be available in packs. You'll see them in the launcher, and you just click them and download them. And each map has a pack. And then we also have some tutorial maps coming that will show like easy stuff like jump pads and like movers and just all the basic stuff that you need to know if you want to build a map. And that's coming soon. And yeah.
Yeah.
So if you download all of the maps, though, you'll need like 500 gigs.
Yeah,
I think,
plus.
So.
I think it's at least that. Yeah. So.
Because then you have like the raw data of everything. You can actually go in there and play around.
Yep.
It's not just like you can play it. It's like you get in there in the editor, open it up, and it's everything.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
And the maps in Doom Eternal are pretty damn big.
They're big.
Yeah.
The assets are big. I mean, you look at this art and it's it's sizable.
Yeah.
But the team, that was it's a good call out, because the team really went through a lot to take. Again, when we make the game, we don't care. I mean, we care how big it is, how much hard drive space it takes, but we're not sending the raw assets out of the building. It's kind of compressed, processed assets, for the lack of a better term. But now giving everybody these tools to work with, you can recolor a gun, you can do different project, all that stuff, or do new textures for a demon.
Yeah.
So you've got to have those raw assets, and they are very, very large.
Yeah.
So definitely get a hard drive, get a fast NVMe, big NVMe if you want to be a modder. But the team did a lot of work to break it up, like Shale said.
Yeah, we broke it up, so it's very you can just customize your download to what you want. If you want to just customize one map, you just download that one map, and you don't need any of them at all if you just want to play mods. So it's only for people who want to open up Ed Studio and edit and create mods.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's no small task, so yeah, kudos again, because I know the other cool thing I wanted to mention was, like, I remember originally, from the development back in the day, like when you went through Doom and then you went through Quake, it was like WAD files, and then it became PAC files, and then it was cool because we had this discussion like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because I think technically in the background it was still PAC files, but we're like, if we're releasing Doom Eternal mods back out, or not back out into the wild, out in the wild for the first time, It's a Doom game. Like a pack file
Yeah.
feels weird,
Yeah.
right?
So they're WADs.
Yeah.
We brought back WADs.
I know it's such a small thing, but I mean, obviously, it was probably a lot of work to do that. Even though I was like, that would be a really cool idea. But it just makes sense, right? Because again, it's like everything that we do. It always has to be with respect and paying it forward to all the legacy. And that's just another one of those nods that, like, if you've made Doom or Doom 2 content before, it's a WAD. It's always been a WAD. It'll always be a WAD. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that was so cool that WADs came back.
Yeah.
Many years later.
I know.
30 years later. I thought that was awesome. All right. I think it's time to start wrapping it up. So this is going to be Hugo's last go at it. So let's let him hear it when he's doing well. Yeah, let's let him hear it. This is it. This is the one.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, Kaiser put a bug in where he has screen tearing to try to stop me from succeeding. And then he had my controller cutting out. There's a bunch of shenanigans going on.
You do have a hammer pip, which is wild to say on the first level, but you do have a hammer pip.
I'm glad I used my hammer on 2 fodder.
No, you don't. Just kidding. But you got some chainsaw available. I'm like slipping right back in how we used to stream this. I'm just like looking at a UI and I'm like, here's what you could do. Let me backseat this.
Yeah, but now it's going to get worse because here comes that Arachnotron.
Yeah.
Man, I hate the gargoyles.
They're rough, dude.
On Nightmare, they're the worst.
Yeah, they really are. For as like glass cannon as they are, Prowler time.
Yeah, Prowlers are tough too.
Yeah. Prowler's still one of my favorite all-time designs from 2016 to Eternal. I'm obsessed with how the Prowlers look.
They're designed to get right in your face, and they certainly do. Oh man.
God, these glory killable.
Kaiser, I don't know about this flaming corner stuff.
Want to do another mod? All right, get back. That Revenant is eternal, for real.
Well,
he's unkillable. Okay.
I have some feedback.
All right.
Oh no, it's not. It's not over. It's not over. I have Well, we probably have to leave. I have feedback, Kaiser. There's too many AI in here. That's my. That's my constructive feedback. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, there's the
Arachnotron.
Rut-row. Get him! All right, nice.
All right. I can't keep moving.
I love people yelling at you to get the turret. That's hilarious. Dude, you got to shoot the turret.
I got to tell you, I think
come on, weak points.
I picked the
you know how
wrong
this
mod.
game works?
It's so the speed. I'm not ready for the speed boost. I'm not gonna lie. Oh geez. Dude, that imp with the lethal fireball is total garbage. All right, this is it.
I mean, even imps on Nightmare are kind of a problematic. You've got a blood punch. Thank you for shouting that out. We got some blood punch in the audience. Call outs. You do have a pip. You have 2 pips now for a chainsaw. It looks like you also have grenade available.
All right, we're
on your
gonna take
left
out.
Yeah, throw that left bumper out. Yeah. There you go. A little crowd control.
Oh God.
God.
Oh my God! That's baloney.
Let's give him a hand, everybody. Well done, Hugo. All right. You guys have been lovely.
Did I mention I have screen tearing? That's what's wrong.
We had another secret mod loaded called Screen Tearing. And we're glad that you've noticed. And the joke's on us. Because, all right, you guys have been amazing. Again, tomorrow at 3:05, we're going to kick things off with Doom 2 multiplayer. And that's where it's going to be Hugo versus Screen Tearing versus 15 of you out there. It's going to be anybody that's in the BYOC or around the world. We're going to open up a private room. We're going to expose the password. Everybody's going to jump in, and we're going to rinse and repeat so we can get everybody a chance to play against Hugo and really just try to see how they stack up, because I think Hugo might be a secret Doom 2 killer. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited. It's funny because it was perfect on. It's just the monitor. It was perfect on that monitor and perfect on that one.
So you got to start playing like this,
That's right.
All right.
I'm excited.
Get you a seat down there in front of that.
Yes. That's right.
Be like at home, your recliner in front of the TV.
And then again, join us Saturday like we had talked about. Shale's going to be back, which we're really excited to show you guys because we're going to do the Doom Eternal Mods 101. And we're just going to sort of show them a little bit of everything, right? A little bit more id Studio.
Yeah, it's more in depth.
Yeah.
It's going to go into everything.
Yeah, it's going to be rad. So thank you guys, everybody here in the audience, everybody out there. Thank you guys so much. Happy QuakeCon. We love you all, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank y'all.
See you later.
Thank you so much for joining us for the first day of QuakeCon. Now, the weekend is just getting started. We've got tournaments, tabletop gaming, live panels, and so much more. Don't forget to head over to QuakeCon.org to see all the exciting streams we've got planned over the next few days, and we'll be sure to see you tomorrow for day 2.